going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening and afternoon and pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the HasanAbi broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles, folks. We are live and alive, and it's 80 fucking degrees out here in sunny California, Los Angeles. And I hope everyone's having a great day. All the boys, all the girls, all the MBs are having a fantastic one because it is a beautiful day here. And I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you are. It's Thursday, May 12th, 2022, 1:07 a.m. And I am, of course, incredibly late, but such is the nature of my Thursdays because I was streaming the leftovers at the H3H3 Productions headquarters out of our $7 trillion studio. Okay. It was so awesome to find out it was Sam who sent you the poster. That was great. That was wonderful. That was crazy. I had no idea. Yeah, we got some HasanAbi heads in the H3H3 Productions crew, which is fucking sick. The HasanAbi heads are everywhere though, like all around the world, and certainly in all different walks of life, all shapes, sizes, and colors, and in every little nook and cranny, all crevices. So that's pretty fire. That was cool as fuck. I love that. I was looking for my lens wipes. Wait, was there a F? Did it F already? That's strange. You know, I think I talked too much shit about the ISPs out here in California yesterday when covering Chattanooga, Tennessee, and when covering our boy Nick Paulum. Like, there's no effing on my end, by the way. I don't know why. I can't tell if you guys are like... I can't tell if you guys are like literally talking about like how the stream effed on your end, or is it still effing? I don't know what's happening. It should be good now though. But it is wild that like I have had no problems for the longest fucking time, and then all of a sudden I talk about like how dog shit. How freaking dog shit California or American internet is and why it is, and then all of a sudden they have to prove it. They're like, oh yeah, you think it's dog shit? I'll fucking show you dog shit. Don't gaslight us. It might be Twitch servers. You never know. Yeah, another day, another problem, you know? It could be any number of different things. But hey, listen, I don't really give a fuck, okay? Check this out. I caught some polemism in the wild randomly last night. Better not actually ISPs or CIA. Oh, 100%. Okay, well, anyway, we're going to jump right into it, obviously, because, like, there's not anything going on in my life, in my world, in my universe, other than the fact that I thought I was supposed to be going to a wedding this weekend, and it turns out it's next weekend, actually. So, like, I'm a fucking idiot, and I kind of, like, canceled an obligation that I had, thinking that I was going to a wedding this weekend, but I'm going to a wedding next weekend. You know, too busy being racist too, on the other hand, as well. So obviously that's part of the reason why I'm you know, I'm a little brain broken. Official, another Russian ship hit by Ukrainian Navy near Zminy Island as a result of the attack. Vsevolod Bobrov, one of the newest ships in the Russian Navy, caught fire, according to Serhiy Bratchuk, a spokesman for the Odessa Regional Military Administration. Can I be your wedding date? No. Oh, dude, these are fucking awesome, dude. Look at these goddamn blast off tweets. Okay, I'm gonna use that. Anyway, let's get popping. Let's get started. Okay. Today there's a lot to talk about. Wait, what the fuck? Why is Tina trending? 23 days ago, it's Timmy began his 1-year cap sabathon at Twitch. This includes sleep with each subs 500 bits 30 seconds. He's gained 40,000 subs and a ton more bits. Timmy would need over 1 million subs to make it an entire year. Madness. Could have gotten a better picture of me, man. Does being bilingual help you pronouncing Russian words? Sometimes. Why is Tina trending? Here's Queen Dua Lipa spitting Bernie stuff. Dude, I know Dua Lipa has been a fucking Bernie bro, okay? A Bernard sister. That's literally the reason why I love her, okay? Stop. It's not Tina Kitten. I don't think it's Tina Peters, maybe. I don't know. I got like worried that some shit was popping off, but it's not. You see Ezra Miller's at it again? Dude, that's how he always is. Okay, look. We're starting. We're blasting off. We're blasting off very quickly and expeditiously, okay? There's a baby. There is a baby formula shortage. We'll talk about that. Baby formula shortage. Steven Crowder annoys people till they admit they want him aborted. Filed YouTube abortion documentary. Dua Lipa feeds her gays better than you. It's actually incredible. Yeah. And racist gnome KEEMSTAR called me racist. Oh, wait. On left can't meme react. And racist. Okay. www.twitch. All right, we're blasting the fuck off, boys. Let's do it. PlayStation CEO out here defending the right to pro-life. Wait, what the fuck? That's fucking whack, dude. What? Funny video to start us off. I doubt it. Megaphonics, since it's your link. I actually do know that video, and I think that video is gross. But you know, classic. Megaphonics has to fucking send us a cringe video no matter what. You know what I mean? Okay. Here we're blasting off. Retweet this, like it, engage with it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Just kidding. Here it is. What the fuck? Baby formula sorter Steven Crowder annoys people until they ask him to be aborted. Shouts out to Hasan said Blammo once again for making these fire. There's nothing supreme about that court, baby girl. The Senate voted to not codify Roe v. Wade, but we can still Pokemon go to the polls together. We have to say to this. I will never forget this moment, comrades. Oh my god, you guys are so fucking annoying, dude. No, we're not looking at that, okay? It's literally my fucking alt account, and you're like, this morning, you're like, oh, we gotta ratio him. Like, what are you doing? It's my alt account. It's about. Do you not want me to interact with you on my alt account? Because that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna like cause me to literally. I created a fucking alt account specifically so I could interact with you, and then you're using it as an opportunity to like fucking ratio me. Okay, don't start off on the wrong foot on the alt account. Okay, all these fucking little freaks are gonna see that and be like, all right, we're coming after him. all these little freaks are gonna be like, oh, dude, yeah, it's time to fucking harass him and do like fucked up stupid shit on there. Someone said, I'm sorry, I can't support a racist. Thank God the reliable news source KEEMSTAR has, exposed me. We are going to watch the abortion documentary today, the Aborabo. I cannot imagine why in the world you would give exposure to the piece of shit GNOME in your stream title. Because it's fun and it's funny. And, he used his whole ass fucking chest and his entire fucking platform to call me a racist, so I'm gonna go ahead and defend myself a little bit, or at the very least, like, make jokes about it. You got gnomed. Okay. So good TikTok for good mood. Okay, stop trying to post TikTok. Here, I'll show you this TikTok. Okay, this dude is like some hot dude on fucking TikTok. Here.
OnlyFans paycheck came in today, and I'm gonna use.
And this shit literally had like fucking like 2 million likes or something on TikTok when I saw this.
20 grand of it.
And I got mad. Do you want to know why I got mad? Okay, here, let's watch.
Student loans. Because why the fuck not?
Anthony, you're gonna break my fucking door! Oh my god! Ow! Oh my god! What is all this?
That is your student loans.
What?
Paid in full by my penis.
It's really weird, but thank you. A blessing what you did for your sister. But did you ever think you should take that fucking money and buy your own fucking house?
So, I mean, I don't know. I think like a lot of this like family is super fake, okay? Like a lot of what they do is super fake. And I also think it's annoying because like I don't know. I just don't like it. Something about it like just fucking I don't like something about it. And the reason why I say it is because like I mean I paid off my brother's student loans. It was fucking awesome. It's a wonderful feeling. And I guess it's because I'm jealous that I didn't cut content. Wait, hold on 1 second. Ludwig is texting me. Sorry. You're just jealous because Murat would have paid them himself, King. Don't ever throw money. That is haram. Yeah, his parents are like always yelling and shit. Okay, Chet Hanks on Z-Way is so good. I know. I actually DM'd her earlier today and I was like, you gotta come on the show. Z-Way is a friend of the show, technically, We're moots. So not a big deal. But I'm trying to have her on. She's great. Bro, he's funny. He trended baseball team. He ran that shit like a cunt. A cunt? What am I saying? A cult? What's wrong with me? Okay, stop sending me TikToks, please. KSI turned 3 million to 1K with this one simple trick. Man bought the dip and lost. KSI did not buy $3 million worth of fucking cryptocurrency, Luna coin. Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me? Megaphonic, stop linking. Here, 30 minutes off. 30 minutes off. Psst, psst, psst. I'm spraying you with water. Stop. I know you get off on me even yelling at you and telling you stop. So it's not going to fucking change your behavior. Stop. Don't make me ban you for the whole day. Botez promoted him last week. Wait, what? Botez promoted this guy? What is this Luna coin, dude? What happened? What the fuck happened? So cryptocurrency is exploding, okay? Also, one of the funny things that I always end up doing is like, I'll have a fucking agenda, right? Before I start the broadcast, I have an agenda. I'm like, I'm going to cover this. And I also prepare to cover that stories that I want to cover. And then literally as soon as I go live, I'm like, fuck that. We're covering entirely different stories. Like, I forgot to mention the crypto thing, but that's like a good story to cover. I forgot to mention so many other things here that are happening that like I'm going to end up not covering, I feel like the codification of Roe v. Wade, or not happening. The Botes promotes Terra 5 days before minus 99.6% plunge. What?
Chat, Do Kwon was listed as one of the top 20 most influential people in crypto in 2021 by Cointelegraph, and he...
Okay, immediately I'm like, Cointelegraph? No, that doesn't seem like the most reliable source of information on coins. You know what I'm saying? Like,
co-founded Terra in 2018, which is the largest algorithmic stablecoin, and I think you guys recently hit all-time high prices, so you almost have a $30 billion market cap right now.
Oh no. Oh no.
Terra might actually have the biggest TAM in crypto. Chat, that'd be the total addressable market size.
The crypto
and a lot of people have compared you to the Steve Jobs of crypto, which is, you know, a really big time.
Elizabeth Holmes. Maybe the Elizabeth Holmes of crypto. Do Kwon is Elizabeth Holmes of crypto.
To be holding here.
I wonder how many of these companies you think are entering the space just because it's hot and there's a lot of funding versus the ones that will still be here, you know, like 2 to 5 years later.
95% are going to die.
Yeah.
95% are going to die.
Probably the most R-worded thread I've seen this decade. Silence is a perfectly acceptable option if stupid. Billionaires, if my following, go ahead, see what happens. Billionaires in my following, go ahead, see what happens. A few weeks ago, I responded to TBR90's tweet, a brief outline of how a wealthy attacker could not only break Terra money, but profit heavily doing it with a Soros-style Black Wednesday attack. But I provide detailed breakdown, minus 1 billion capital needed. So wait, is that what happened?
Yeah, there's also...
Personally, I don't like KEEMSTAR, but he's right. You're racist. You always use black people for content. Dude, let's go. Let's go. All the mental illness. Give it to me, dude. This is my least favorite and also favorite type of you know, shit that happens whenever like KEEMSTAR or some other fucking freak makes a video. You know what I mean? And they will go and like make another fucking alt account because their other ones are probably banned already. You know what I mean? And they'll come in here and be like, I don't even like KEEMSTAR, but like he's right actually. You love talking about black people's issues. Anyway.
Entertainment and watching companies die too.
There's entertainment. Oh man, that's...
Brother, please don't get sidetracked. Don't let the ADHD win. Can you do IP bans? Yeah. Yeah, what's up with the Soros type attack? What the fuck is Soros attacking? Oh, this one is sick too, by the way. I do want to watch this. Tricking my way into New York City's billionaire penthouses, fakes, frauds, and scammers. I love this. I do want to see this as well. This shit looks fire. According to the rumors, BlackRock and Citadel Securities borrowed 100K BTC from cryptocurrency exchange Gemini and swapped 25% for USD. The two companies subsequently dumped the USD and BTC, crashing the price of the two cryptocurrencies. It was a Citadel hit job against a stable coin USD. They shorted both USD and BTC all the way down. Well, doesn't that also fucking, I don't know, showcase the volatility? Wait, I blocked this person? Hope this person hasn't blocked you. I blocked them. Zelensky Stan account. Anti-doomerism. Social liberals sock them. The sock. Eric Adams received his first paycheck of $5,900. Since then, Bitcoin fell by 55%, meaning his paycheck is now worth $2,655. However, I mean, they have a sock in their account. And that's probably why I blocked them, because they're fucking horrible, monstrous pedophiles half the time, okay? Straight up. Pedophiles are signaling that they, one, don't understand anything about politics, and two, that they're actually pedophiles with this neat little trick. Anyway, however, since he pays taxes on 45% of his original $5,900 paycheck, his first paycheck was a grand total of negative $600. Nice. Yeah. The best part is all the crypto bros have been doing this Luna shit because of how stable it's supposed to be. So all the biggest crypto bros lost everything because of how safe they thought it was. I mean, so here's the thing. Okay, like, do I feel kind of bad? No, not really. I mean, what do I always say? If you're gonna fucking engage in like cryptocurrency rug pulls and shit, at least know that it's a rug pull and like be the one, you know, offering the bag, not the one holding the bag. How many times have I told you this? NFTs especially, and cryptocurrencies as well. If you are going to purchase a speculative asset, like a unverified security, a speculative asset that has no fucking utility beyond what it is, and you're gonna like gamble in the fake stock market that is desperately trying to create like metrics or some semblance of fundamentals that you normally would associate with a fucking stock, but you're doing it outside of like the federal government's watch, which literally destroys the security and only beefs up the volatility of the marketplace. At least do it in a way where you're making money, you know, which is when you buy low and sell high. Okay, buy low, sell high, boys. It's that easy. If you invested $100 in Luna 1 month ago, which was the 4th most popular cryptocurrency at the time, you now have $0.01. You have 1 cent. Now, one of the grossest parts about this shit is that from what I saw, there were a lot of people all the way to the end urging you to buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. One of those fucking idiots that now has an actual fucking, now has to default an entire country is El Salvador. Nayib Bukele, who bought the dip and got fucking KEEMSTAR, okay? And KSI is another one. At least KSI has enough money that he could like turn it around. You know what I'm saying? Like he could. $2 million loss. I asked $100. He wouldn't give it. Humanity is losing because of this. As Evengelikal Turkish man. Meanwhile, none of these motherfuckers are buying the Turkish lira, okay? Buy the dip of the Turkish lira, boys. Buying tank crypto is like buying a dead horse. You bought a horse, but it ain't going to be trotting anytime soon. Pretty weird that the country is gambling on crypto. Exactly. Yes, this is not even a joke. The entire nation of El Salvador is expected to default as Bitcoin is plummeting. The Central American country made the cryptocurrency legal tender last year, but since then, it has continued to fall, raising concerns about whether it will be able to meet its next debt payment. How wonderful, dude. How wonderful. What an incredible thing to do with people's fucking lives, dude. It's awesome. The El Salvador thing had a post on Reddit and a comment that said, this is what happens when a millennial makes decisions law. Yeah. Dude, this is our future. Like, this is our future, and it's our contemporary society. This is where we're at. Hell world in every meaningful sense of the word. He bought more 3 days ago. Yeah, fucking dumbass, dude. El Salvador just bought the dip. 500,000 coins at an average USD of $30,744. This is good news. El Salvador has his decades of experience being a broke country. That's fucked up. He is not. I don't know if you know, but there are now companies that you can open a crypto IRA through that is a legal IRA for retirement, but you can buy crypto and shit in it. Dude. It is. God, that fucking Turkish dude is so fucking annoying. Hey, Turkish people, if you write like weird shit in my chat, just because you're Turkish, if you think like I'm not gonna ban you, you're wrong. This motherfucker's like, I'm a communist too, bro. Come on, let's live in the same house together. I'm not gay, bro. Come on, let's live together. It's like, no, dude, shut the fuck up, okay? Stop. Don't even make a joke about it. That motherfucker's annoying as shit, and I don't want chat to be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Now chat's gonna say it. Like, what urges someone to fucking write shit like that in the chat? Okay, anyway. What I want to know is who put all this effort into getting crypto qualified in order to get a hold of even more consumer class wealth. Crypto bros upset the Fed isn't coming. UST meltdown hasn't spurred U.S. Financial Stability Council meeting. Sources. U.S. federal officials aren't getting together to follow the game plan that's typical when mainstream financial firms flounder. Yeah, no shit. They fucking hate crypto, dude. Obviously. Why the fuck would they? They probably love that it's like fucking getting whipped around. All these like middle class Andes who thought they were gonna fucking hodl their way to the fucking moon are not getting the support from the federal government. I thought that was the entire point, dude. You're gambling. You're fucking literally gambling. You're gambling worse than the stock market, which is a kind of gambling as well. I've been saying this since day one. I thought I was a fucking idiot, right? What happened? Same principle with NFTs also applies, by the way. Like, you need some kind of regulatory mechanism, and if you're going to fucking base the entire principle off of decentralized finance, then it's not going to work. There's no regulatory mechanism then that legitimizes something. You can't fucking ask for digital enclosures without the violence associated with such attitude. With someone needs to like literally turn that into a legitimate thing. Otherwise, what's to say that like the house down the street is yours and not all of ours? You know what I mean? It's like the government fucking created that mentality, and you need to do that for crypto as well. But crypto, on the other hand, is a perfect Ancapistan mentality that where they're like, they want their fucking cake and eat it too, and not realize that like it's actually complete. It's not like that. You need a centralized force to create said concepts and back it and regulate it with the threat of violence. That's how governments work. I'm sure everyone who called you out for your other predictions will give you credit. I mean, there's only one thing that I was fucking wrong on, and they're never going to say that I was right on this anyway. Those people that fucking hate me no matter what. Yeah. The crypto subreddits are posting suicide hotline numbers is fucked. I mean, that's their like dark humor and shit like that, okay? So that's whatever. But the problem is that crypto bros think that they're like billionaires who can actually do that shit. Yeah. Only losers in the crypto market want a government to step in. If you have half of a brain cell, you can spot rug pulls and scams. Dude, you think you have half of a brain cell, but like you yourself think you're above the sways of this fucking market, and therefore you yourself are just as stupid as those other people that you're calling stupid. You're literally saying like I'm built differently because I know how to gamble. Like other people don't know how to gamble. I'm a professional gambler. It's a scam. I don't know what else you need. I don't know what else you need to see it. It's always been a scam. Go to the Terra Luna subreddit. It's not dark humor. It's really depressing. Yeah, that's what happens when you're in a fucking asset bubble, when money is incredibly easy to fucking borrow, when people don't have anything to purchase for an entire year because they're stuck at home and the government gave them money, but they also like were, you know, they just their spending habits were significantly limited. So all of a sudden, the American dream was slapped on top of that when everyone is cooped up thinking they're going to become fucking little millionaires themselves. And all of a sudden, they're like, well, I'm an expert in cryptocurrency now. It's like, no, you're not. You've never been an expert at anything. If you were a fucking expert, you wouldn't be doing any of this shit, which is sad to see because, like, this was, before this fucking major crash, this kind of stuff is already getting legitimacy from financial institutions. Like, institutional traders are looking at this sort of stuff, for the record. I'm not even kidding. Like, I duke it out with my finance bro friends half the fucking time about crypto and NFTs. I'm like, please do not do that. That's not... You're not diversifying. You're not diversifying. You're just making a fucking silly gamble. You're making a silly bet. I tell them all the time, and they're like, well, you know, what's $100,000 that I'll invest in this speculative asset with the upsides, you know, being... I mean, I have homies that, like, have that kind of money that will literally be like, well, I'm just going to put a fucking $100,000 in there because, like, the upside is, like, if it hits, it fucking hits big. You know what I mean? It's still a tiny fraction of their overall spending power. It's still a tiny fraction of their overall portfolio. But even then, it's like, they're literally just like, yeah, I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to put it in there because, you know, what if it turns into the next thing? If this affects you further, then now my dark web drugs cost more, then you really fucked up. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, it's silly as fuck. I'm sorry, boys. It's not. Like, y'all saw fucking Larry David and y'all saw Matt Damon and were like, oh, this is legit now. Shit's popping. The market is not yet considered that you can use 3 slurp juices on 1 ape, though. Yeah. I bought BTC in 2016 when it was still under 1K. I'm still up. Can't relate. I mean, good. Have fun, dude. Get it out then, motherfucker, if it's easy. If it's so easy, get it out. But it's not easy to get it out, is it? It's not easy. That's the thing that people... It's super easy to get in. It's so easy to buy in. It is so difficult to fucking get out. It is so incredibly difficult to get out. How do you not see that that is a problem? How do you not see that it is like, oh, you want to cash out? Okay, well, sorry, we're going to drip feed it. $5,000 max per day. It's not hard to get out. It's the same as the stock market. Is it though? Is it though? Is it as hard? Is it as easy as the stock market to sell your stock? It's nowhere near as liquid as a fucking stock is, and a stock isn't liquid either. But obviously, like, some of the shit coins have anti-whale rules like that. You can just tether to avoid tax. Yeah, here's another way you can avoid taxes by, holding so long that it goes down to 0. Anyway. There you go. Major bag alert. When it hits 0, here's a fun little trick, dude. You pay a scaling percentage to the broker plus pay tax later, or they dish you out with a fucking server error. Lamau. Anyway, when I want to buy Bitcoin, I send cash into the USPS anonymous forum account. Fuck that exchange shit. Yeah, I guess it's a tax break. Oh, all right. Can't tax my revenue if I don't have any. I guess if you report it, right? Crypto bros do not understand the fundamental point of crypto is a decentralized currency, but they continue to spout bullshit about it replacing physical currency while defeating the purpose of its decentralized nature. No, like there could be a use for it. There could be a use for cryptocurrency. I've said it before. There could be a use for cryptocurrency if it reached mass usage. Okay, if you could go to fucking Chipotle and buy a burrito with a coin, okay, then yeah, sure. But that's not going to happen if there's so much fucking volatility, there's so much instability, and of course there's going to be instability because it's not fiat currency, because fiat currencies are backed by the confidence that people have within a government, and that confidence comes from the government doing violent shit, okay, an imperialist bloodshed that it causes overseas, and trillions of fucking dollars in printing power that the American government has whenever like there's any kind of instability or volatility. And even then they can't get it right because every 8 years you're still seeing a fucking massive bust and the markets fucking completely implode. So if the American government can't do it, what the fuck makes you think you can when it's not tethered to anything whatsoever, anything tangible? It's just confidence. And then also on top of that, this is before we even talk about the gas and the energy consumption that it takes to even keep this process going. Just in, Coinbase has reported that users are experiencing issues trading and accessing accounts. They are actively investigating the situation. Nice. And all the fucking crypto Super Bowl commercials, like half the country got wrapped up in a fucking MLM scam. Capitalism has peaked. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you can buy a burrito with a crypto. Yes, you're right about the volatility. No, you can't. You can't just like go to any random fucking store and purchase something with a cryptocurrency. That's not true. Okay? You guys are such fucking nerds, dude. I swear to God. Go to an Oklahoma gas station and be like, hey, can I buy this with my scam coin? Wonder what they will do to you, okay? Yeah. You'll sit there. What are you gonna do? You're gonna buy a burrito and you're gonna wait for fucking 3 hours for that shit to like go through and enter itself into the fucking blockchain? And then your burrito is like dead by that point. There's no more burrito. You're like waiting. You're sitting there like, okay, 35 minutes has passed by. I swear, I promise, you're going to get it. You're going to get the cryptocurrency in a second. Just hold on. Meanwhile, your burrito has got like flies flying on it. It's dead. It's a dead burrito now. RIP to the burrito. It doesn't take that long, Lamau. Okay, dude, come on. Why you use US for all the examples? Sorry, you're right. I should be using El Salvador. Yes. That's the only country I should be using. You're right. The country that tethered its currency to fucking Bitcoin. That's what I should. That's what I should do. Don't compare this to Visa, okay? Do not compare this to MasterCard and Visa. Obviously, those systems are intact, and there's a level of confidence and mass utility that everyone is fucking established at a universal global level that, like, it works, okay? It still takes time to process the payments, but at least everybody knows those payments are going to come through. You don't have that same level of fucking confidence in cryptocurrency, especially when prices fluctuate too. So, you know, you're looking at a system that actually works, and you're comparing it to a system that isn't working right now to say, well, Visa's like that too. And you're doing it at a time when, like, people are losing their entire life savings and shit, and you're still like, nah, I'm fucking hodling. I'm hodling. All right, keep hodling, boys. Do it. It's because I don't have a skin in the game, but I don't have skin in the game because I think it's all a scam. I don't even have a fucking credit card. So anyway, here, this is what y'all sound like a little bit. My wife, why don't you sell some of your Luna so you can realize a win? That's March 18th. Me, you know how many wives told their husbands to sell Amazon at $100? My wife, that's not the same thing. Me, you're right. It's bigger. That's March 18th. March 26th. My wife, when are you selling some of your crypto? Me, never. My wife, what do you mean? Me, why would I sell when I can borrow against an asset that appreciates exponentially? My wife, so when are you selling? Me, facepalm. $, Luna. She has no idea how much I just spent on Luna and Rune. If she did, she'd leave me. Cheers. 8:21 p.m. at May 9th. Feeling sick to my stomach. Vomit emoji. Like literally want to puke. Never did I ever think this would happen. Fuck. Luna. Facepalm. Life comes at you fucking fast, dude. Okay? It comes at you fucking fast. And if you had listened to this shepherd herding you sheep, you would have not invested in these like fucking weird bullshit that was going to supposedly make you get rich quick. I have a realistic vision of the world. Okay? There are no shortcuts. There is no such thing. Luck plays a significant role in success, but there are no fucking shortcuts, dog. The shortcuts are for the people that already built the roads. Do you understand? The people that are already so fucking rich. They get to manipulate the currency. They get to manipulate the different kinds of Bitcoins. They get to fucking pump and dump. You don't. You're the one who's holding the bag at the end of the road, okay? You just don't want me to get rich? You don't believe in my crypto brain? Yeah. This motherfucker, dude, this is gambling addiction. That's it. Look, I'm buying some Luna here. Would be such an epic comeback story. Wow, pretty much lost what I put in at 0.50. Ah ha ha. Bitcoin from Miami to Ukraine in 3 minutes. We sent Bitcoin from Miami to Ukrainian and Poland who withdrew it all as cash in less than 3 minutes. Oh, man. You know, when your currency definitely can do this in all cases, that's why it makes the news. Yeah. It's fucking newsworthy when you're able to do this. You understand? It's newsworthy when you're able to do this. It makes it the fucking CNBC. The tulips, my lord, they are worthless. I spent all my shekels and I will no longer be able to subscribe. White people sad. It is to prove people like you wrong. Bro, dude, you're not, but like 187 Stonemason. Do you think you're proving me wrong in this circumstance? Do you think that this is the norm? Like, you can point to a singular instance, but do you think this is the norm overall? Is that why this is a newsworthy story? Also, oh man, wow, I wish my cash could do this. Also, you're like, look, if you want to lose your entire fucking life savings, you can do that. Like, it's fine. Do it. I will make fun of you though, because like it's pretty cringe. I want you to win, but I want you to be safe. And that's precisely why I tell you, a non-crypto holder speaking for us crypto holders, white savior shaking my head. Of course. But it just like breaks my fucking brain that some of you are just basically begging to be fucked, okay?
It's hard to believe that
you're begging to be fucked.
only a week ago, Luna was one of the top cryptocurrencies with billions of dollars
watch.
flowing into it, and all it
Friend of the show, CoffeeZilla, has a great fucking video. Dude, they're awesome. Him and Mudahar are both fucking great at this stuff. Their investigations of the cryptocurrency has been like really, really good. I mean, they're doing the fucking SEC's job that SEC does not even want to do. So let's watch.
was one market downturn to turn this golden token into digital toilet paper. I mean, in 1 week, Luna has gone from $80 a token to less than $1. This chart is just hard to look at, I'm warning you. It reminds me of BitConnect. Not to mention, UST, their stablecoin, is still depegged. And at this point, I think it's safe to say it's over for Terraform Labs. There's simply no way to reestablish the trust that algorithmic stablecoins need. I mean, after all, who wants an unstable stablecoin? So today, we're going to try to explain what happened.
Me, bro, I'm built different, okay? I want to be fucked over. I want the feeling of getting absolutely cumstered and dumpstered, okay? I don't feel that enough from my landlord. I don't feel that enough from my boss. I don't feel that enough in every other facet of my life. So I want to get fucked one more time by some fucking random nerd on the internet, okay? That's promising me a dream of becoming a fucking multi-millionaire. The American dream is finally upon us, okay? Deep down inside, I know that there are no shortcuts. Deep down inside, I know that I'm not going to fucking, I'm probably going to be one of the millions of other people that fucking lose their entire life savings on this shit. It's just basically gambling reskinned, okay? We're doing loot box shit. But it doesn't matter. Ultimately, oh my fucking God, it doesn't matter. Boys, it's up to me. America is the land of freedom, and if I want to get fucked, I want to get fucked in the ass, I'm going to get fucked in the ass, okay?
And tell the story of why I think this collapse was predictable. By that I mean it was literally predicted. There was a $20 million bet about this. And I'm also going to be honest with you about what we don't know as well. Because before we move further, let me say loud and clear. As of right now, no one knows the true culprit for this crash. So far, I've counted 4 different and unique threads going.
Bro, they sold that shit at 15K in 2013. You think your friends are all millionaires? How insecure are you? Wait, me? Page it? You think your friends are all millionaires? How insecure are you? Dude, are you talking to me? I'm literally a Twitch streamer, dude. What the fuck? I'm a little confused by what he was trying to say. Like, no, I mean, am I out of touch? Yes, certainly. But You know, if there's one thing, you can't like simultaneously be like, Hasan is out of touch, all of his friends are millionaires, and then turn around and be like, you think all your friends are millionaires? Shut the fuck up. I think he's saying to donate to XQC. Yeah, I don't know.
Viral, all claiming to know how Luna collapsed, and the explanation is slightly different each time. But what is consistent is their proof is
he's the burrito you can buy with crypto, the cold burrito. Okay, let's keep going.
Trust me, bro. In fact, my personal favorite of these explanations is the theory that Citadel, who's the GameStop supervillain, secretly gotten 100,000 Bitcoin loan from
Bro, come on. This is fucking 4chan. That's where the Citadel meme came from. I mean, I don't know if they actually did this, okay? Like, oh god, it seems too much of a oh, the Citadel guys are still trying to fuck us holders over type thing.
From Gemini, which is owned by the Winkle twins, and they destroyed Luna with it. Now, Gemini denied these claims, but who are you going to believe? A private company or an anonymous 4chan post? Kind of a toss-up, right? And I'm not even saying these are wrong. They just don't have any evidence. So that's where it stands with this forensic side of things. A lot of people claim to have solved it, but nobody seems to actually have done so. But while we don't know exactly what happened, I think it's important to say this crash also didn't surprise anyone. And I think that's worth talking about. There were a lot of people who have been calling for this for some time, and these were mostly for two reasons, which we've already discussed. UST was built on a Ponzi scheme, and algo stablecoins have sort of always failed, and we've covered those. But there's a third option.
You can't have stability without any sort of institutional backing. The entire concept of decentralized currency revolves around a lack of stability and instability because it's just pure volatility. It's pure speculation, okay? If there's no big dick government saying this is my currency and I will manage it by printing money or fucking, you know, or engaging in acts of you know, deflation every now and then, which in America doesn't really happen too much, but right now is kind of happening, which is part of the reason why the fucking crypto bubble is like bursting a little bit. But like a government that taxes you, a government that says, no, we're going to go kill a bunch of fucking brown people overseas because they have some, you know, natural resource that we want to extract. Like without that, you can't, there's no stability. It's decentralized. You know what I mean? Like you can't, ANCAPs just simply want to have their cake and eat it too. That's the problem. Okay? It's just the government crashing it. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how to get this across to anarcho-capitalists, okay? I don't know how to explain this concept to anarcho-capitalists that the government is the reason why there is some semblance of stability. Obviously, the American currency is not backed by the gold anymore, okay? There's no gold standard, certainly. But there's the standard of America's fucking fat cock, okay? Going through your ass at 1,000,000 miles an hour. That's how you fucking, that's what is holding the currency together. That's what's stabilizing the currency. That's what's stabilizing everything, okay? It's imperialism, bloodshed. So that builds a lot of confidence in America, okay? That builds a lot of confidence in America and a lot of confidence in the value of the dollar and the stability of the dollar. That builds a lot of confidence in the American stock market. This stuff is the kind of the entire reason why governments work. Like, it's kind of the entire reason why governments exist, okay? So you can't just, like, in a fantasy world, throw that around, okay? And just assume that I'm not going to run the top of the hour ad break at 1:56. You can't assume that. Because at the top of the hour, there is a 60-second ad break, okay? Now, obviously, if you're one of the crypto boys and you've lost your entire net worth, like, I'm not going to tell you GG's, you know, GG no re, but here is one fucking coin, the Hasan coin, the top of the hour ad break avoiding coin. It is called a subscription for $5 a month or for free with the Twitch Prime. As long as you have an Amazon Prime account connected to your Twitch account, you get one free Prime subscription a month that you can use. Okay? You will be able to avoid those ad breaks. Thank you, Bill Vog, for the 5 get the subs. Okay? Fivehead. I'm aware that crypto is a scam. Fivehead. Still bought it. Fivehead. Still lost money. Fivehead. Of course, unlike a fucking NFT, there are certain things that you immediately get from subscribing to me, okay? You know, there is actually something real about, you know, there is something that you realistically get when you do subscribe, like linking privileges, having a cool badge, emote access, okay? Things like that. You get nothing when you fucking dump all your money into crypto. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. All right. Okay, but can I slurp juices with that $5 sub? No, I thought so. Yeah. Chatters be like, Hasan doesn't know what he's talking about as they plunge into crippling debt. Yeah. Reese's Pieces. Thank you for the 5. Get the subs. It's meaningless because you ignore us. Yeah. That's how it is. Dude, what's really interesting to me about the crypto stuff is like how quickly it fucking flared up and how quickly it crashed and burned. That's a really interesting story for another time. Because like there was a time when it took a while for certain things, like certain scams to like come to fruition and reach like terminal velocity. Now this shit happens literally like that. It lights up over the course of like 5 months and then crashes and burns in like dramatic capacity. Trillions of dollars fucking gone. Not really trillions of dollars, obviously, but like trillions of dollars in value, technically. It's wild. Worked for a crypto exchange that experienced a hacked worth millions, seeing how little they knew about business should be enough to not invest in crypto.
That I really think has been overlooked in all this, and that is Do Kwon's role. Remember that Do Kwon is the creator of Terraform Labs. And what most people don't know is that as Luna became more and more successful, Do Kwon slowly became more and more arrogant. He would dismiss all his critics and call them poor. And I believe this played a role, at least, in so many people rooting for Luna's downfall.
Sarsha, thank you for the 5. Get the subs. Morgan Schmorga, thank you for the 5. Get the subs.
If not actively playing a role in it. As I said, we don't know if Luna's demise...
Money is not gone, it just changed hands. Yeah, no, that money is not gone, but the amount of money is not trillions. It's probably like billions, right? Like real money, not like baby money, not monopoly money that we're talking about, because crypto is monopoly money ultimately. You know, that money went to probably, once again, the richest people, okay? The richest people that are... It's not really 1 trillion. It's 1 trillion in value. When 1 trillion in cryptocurrency value goes pee poof, that doesn't necessarily mean $1 trillion of actual fucking American, American greenbacks entered the marketplace. That's just value. It's speculative value that was in the tune of 1 trillion, but ultimately it's a couple billion. Someone's saying 18 billion. Probably that makes sense. And now, some fucking rich dude is minting, okay?
Was like an attack or naturally occurring, but I want to give you some examples of this because I think we can learn from it about sort of what not to do if you suddenly happen to become ultra rich and powerful. So on November 25th, 2021, a guy named Freddie Reynolds proposed a theory of how you could crash Luna with a Soros-style Black Wednesday attack. By that, he's referring to when George Soros broke the British pound. And he goes into great detail about how you could do this if you
George
just had
Soros!
$1 billion on hand. He described a process where you could make $50 million and sort of rinse and repeat it until Luna falls apart. Now, in response to this possible attack vector, does Luna investigate? Does it implement strategies to defend itself? No. Instead, Do Kwon says this, probably the most thread I've read this decade. Silence is a perfectly acceptable option if stupid. And then basically he asks sort of to be attacked. He says, billionaires in my following, go ahead, see what happens.
Let me just say something, okay? If you're a neurodivergent owner of like some fucking crypto shit, just know that there's always someone with more powerful mental worms than you do, okay? There is don't fucking start this like anime shit. There is someone out there who's literally training harder than you and has way worse brain disease, and they are going to literally do everything they can to fuck you. You're opening this up. You're opening the door when you say shit like this. There's some dude who literally fucking sits in a room like the fucking Matrix with like 1 million fucking monitors, literally just like on life support. And now that dude has made it his life mission to ruin you, okay? So to all those guys who want to fuck me over, I'm so sorry. I love all of you. Please work in my favor and against my enemies, okay? I will protect you. I will defend you. I love you. Please. Please do not weaponize your neurodivergence in my direction, but instead in the direction of my enemies. I am with you all the way, okay? I will protect you. Okay, let's continue.
I mean, can you imagine the arrogance to taunt billionaires that are following you and going like, yeah, see what happens. Go ahead, attack me, see what happens. Now, look, I know the internet's kind of a wild place, but I usually think there are 2 rules to it that you have to abide by at all times. 1, don't ever taunt the internet. And 2, don't ever taunt billionaires. And you certainly don't want to do both at the same time. But this kind of arrogant response wasn't even...
Like, to be honest, I don't even think it's a fucking billionaire that did this. I don't think billionaires give a fuck about some, like, rando. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think a billionaire cares enough about, like, this. Unless they were, you know, looking to short it and make money off of it or something. You know what I mean? He's not a rando? No, but it doesn't matter. Like, no billionaires, like... You think billionaires care that much about like fucking destroy? I mean, I guess maybe it's like fun. I mean, this is pretty significant, but you could just make money off of it. LMAO, please don't weaponize your neurodivergence against me. Work in my favor against my enemies. I'm with you all the way. I support you. Gore police. Yes, that's what I said.
An irregular
I said
occurrence. Rather than engaging with flaws in his protocol, Do Kwon would repeatedly call his critics poor. In fact, a few days before Luna collapsed, Do Kwon said that if you listen to crypto influencers about USTD pegging for the 69th time, or you could remember that they're all poor now and go for a run instead. And he repeatedly did this. He also taunted this guy, Algod Trading, who said, if Luna breaks new all-time highs, I will short it.
Bro, you can't fuck with Algod Trading, okay? What a story. This is like, we are living in the worst possible form of the universe. You know what I mean? This is the type of shit that makes me go, fucking Kaczynski posting, okay? Like, unironically, when I see stuff like this, I'm just like, all right, we must return to monkey. Like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, what? Algod Trading is just popping the fuck off. What kind of timeline are we in this? Sometimes I want to be a fucking serf toiling the land, dude. Okay? Yes, my lord. Cut my hand off if I do not bring you enough grain crops, my lord. I'm sorry, my lord. You know, just fucking die of like gangrene at the age of 15. Yeah, fuck it. That's a wonderful life, I think. It's just so fucking stupid, dude. Here, I'm looking for the meme right now. Yes. Where is it? Where is the fucking the destruction meme? Why can I never find that meme? It's like one of the best ones. It's like the nuclear power plant blowing up and shit. At least thy lord would give you a wife. Yeah, here, this.
Okay.
Holdling, Luna, crypto, ETH, Bitcoin. What are you saying, brother? We must destroy industrial society and return to monkey. Reject modernity, brother. Anyway, so yeah, that's what this shit makes me feel like. I swear to God, when I watch it.
With size. And Do Kwon responds, yeah, but your size is not size. This guy responds, statistically, you're dunking on 99% of your community, but all right, someday your Ponzi will collapse. You can't keep fueling Anchor. And this is my favorite part of the story.
Oh, dude, he hit him with a smile. That's the worst. That is the death blow, dude. When someone hits you with a smile, you know motherfuckers are like, I'm powering up. I'm powering up. I'm powering up. I'm about to... This is the same in Twitch chats, too. You don't want a Twitch chatter being like, I know where you live, smile. You know what I mean? It's like, it's over. It's done after that. You know what I mean?
Story, because that same guy then responds 4 days later, offering a $1 million bet that Luna will be at a lower price in exactly 1 year. Now, what does Do Kwon do? He takes it. Of course, he takes the bait. He says, cool, I'm in. And I guess that got enough attention because someone noticed it and decided that they actually wanted to raise the stakes. GCR on Twitter decides to offer a $10 million bet. Do Kwon once again agrees, and they decide on the escrow being another crypto Twitter user, Kobe. And so right now at this address, which we will put on screen, there's currently a $10 million bet going on the blockchain. This is real money we're talking about. Literally just put up to see if Luna's going to fall or not, which obviously 2 months later it did. But even that wasn't enough for GCR, who at the time decides he wants to double the bet, saying the initial spirit of it was this like, yeah, your size is not size, whatever, like kind of a weird insult. Weird way to say you're poor, basically. And so he says, look, we're going to play for big money. I'll double it to $20 million, to which Do Kwon doesn't respond. And so instead, what this guy does is he decides he's going to short Luna with the remaining $10 million that he wanted to bet him with. Now, for those of you following along at home, this is what we call a Chad move. This guy would end up cashing out with $16 to $20 million profit. And it shows how much Do Kwon pissed everyone off, not just the quote poor people, but actually the richest part of crypto Twitter. Remember, he literally asked billionaires to attack his protocol. And to make it even worse, he also began attacking other competitors around this time, saying about stablecoins like DAI, by my hand, DAI will die. And it was sort of this unique combination of arrogance, antagonism, and disregard for criticism that contributed either directly or indirectly to Luna's collapse. People don't like a sore winner, and it's fair to say that Do Kwon had to learn that lesson the hard way. My point with sharing this isn't to suggest that the only reason Luna collapsed is because this guy is kind of a jerk. Because remember, they were basically running a Ponzi scheme. But being a jerk, along with sort of running and benefiting from a Ponzi scheme, definitely doesn't help. And the other bit of news we learned in all of this is that CoinDesk reported that Do Kwon was secretly behind a failed stablecoin in the past called Basis Cash. He turned out to be anonymously involved, going by the pseudonym Rick, and his partner was called Morty. According to CoinDesk, he modeled the project after an earlier project called Basis, which you may or may not remember as the failed project of founder.
That's everything you need to know, okay? I've turned myself into a deval. I've turned my cryptocurrency into $0. I'm Pickle Rick.
Nader Al-Naji, the creator of BitClout. So that's where we are with this story. A lot has come out, and while I hold very little sympathy for Do Kwon's failure, I do feel bad for all the traders who got swept up in it. For example, KSI claimed to have bought 100,000 Luna, claiming it could be the, quote, best or worst trade of my life. He later says he spent $2.8 million buying the dip, and that his Luna was now worth $1,000. Ouch. And that's not even to mention the regular investors who don't have millions to spare. I mean, I cannot stress this enough. Billions of dollars have been wiped out overnight. Like, Reddit communities are being makeshifted from supporters into support groups. Like, I don't want to show you guys too much of this because it is dark. Some investors lost houses. Others lost life savings. And that's truly sad. But we can't...
You put the house on crypto? Bro, this is the fucking nerd melter, dude. Like, if you're... Oh, Jesus Christ. Bro, look. One thing I need you guys to understand is, like, how do we not recognize like predatory lending happened within like, you know, institutional investments, within like actual legitimate banks, okay? They don't even give a fuck about like ruining your life when there's supposed to be some kind of regulatory mechanism that stops shit like that from happening. And it still happened. What makes you think that this entire fucking thing that is like outside of that regulatory mechanism was not going to fuck you? Why does everybody think they're smarter? Why? Why do you think you're fucking smarter than everybody else? This is fundamentally the problem with like Americans and just like people in general under capitalism. Like, we have been educated into thinking that we are literally smarter than we actually fucking are. You're not. You're not. Oh my God. Oh. Like, I know I'm a fucking dumbass, okay? It makes me so happy every day that I know I'm a fucking I'm a dumb bitch, okay? I'm sipping on that dumb bitch juice on a daily fucking basis. Do you understand? On a daily basis. But because of that, because of my recognition of how fucking stupid I am and my limitations, I don't do stuff like this. And then I end up coming across as smarter than you. Do you get it? And obviously when I say you, I'm talking about the motherfuckers who like literally thought they were going to, you know, they were going to shortcut their way out of this. There is a level of freedom that comes from recognizing your mental limitations, okay? Please exercise that.
Forget about the painful lessons things like Luna can teach us. In this case, it's sort of three things. Don't taunt internet billionaires. Don't build Ponzi.
You are never going to get a Coinbase sponsor? My friend, you think like I didn't have an option to do like the NFT shit? Let me tell you something, okay? I at least have like a big dick Hollywood fucking agent. And guess what? Even way before like Matt Damon was on this fucking crypto shit, you think my agents weren't trying to get me to do marketing for all this shit? No, and what did I say? This was like a year and a half ago. If you have clips, you can probably find it like way behind. Like when the NFT shit first started popping off, I had conversations with my agents. I was like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. That's fucking exploitative. It's insane. It's disgusting. And I talked about it way long ago. Why are you dick swinging so much right now? It's not a dick swinging. I'm telling you how it is. Ozzy literally did an ad 2 days ago. Yeah, for a fucking FX show on Hulu. A little bit different than like locking you into a fucking rug pull and then milking you, okay? The reason why I referenced it, for the record, like the reason why I referenced all of that is because like I want you to understand, like of course I had a fucking opportunity to make a shitload of money off of this. If I wanted to milk, I could have fucking gone to the farm way before any of these motherfuckers, okay? But I didn't. I think it's fucking gross.
Schemes and beware algo stablecoins.
And Ken Klippenstein he actually brought up a really good point. It's additionally gross, okay? It's additionally fucking gross that these dudes, all right, like a lot of these Hollywood celebrities and shit, they made so much money. There was a K-shaped recovery, if you recall. If you were already in the upper echelon of society, you were already making so much fucking money during the pandemic, okay? A lot of people were really financially fortunate in the pandemic. I myself became a much wealthier during the pandemic. It's not a lie. You saw it. You saw it happen. You were here, okay? My audience grew. And so did the number of subscribers, so did the number that was paying attention. I recognize that, right? So that's something that fucking, guides my principled attitude for the most part. These fucking celebrities, they had all of that, okay? Because they already have like a lot of investments. They made a fuckload of money. And then they turned around and were like, we're going to fuck you over. We're going to milk you. We're going to milk you fucking dry. I got into an argument with this guy at my uni about crypto, and he basically says, stay poor, and I'm watching all these tickers fall is literally better than coming. See, that's the other thing. I think it's because they're like a lot of the crypto guys were just like sore winners. I guess they thought that they were winners when they were winning, and basically for that reason, like it's a Schadenfreude. Like it's a really exciting moment to see all these like fucking little pasty losers constantly fucking yell about how well they were doing. Okay. It just like feels good to see them lose, you know? That's the reason, because they were so annoying. How does Terra Luna secure funds to purchase more BTC for its reserve? Can someone please explain? Ponzi. We are literally at a new ATH. I'm shorting. Looks like you want to lose money. We will see who has the last laugh in the end. Let me know how that goes. I'm now a millionaire. What a life. I feel blessed. You're not a millionaire. Yes, I kept my short open from 110 to this morning. Sub $1. I was 10x leverage. You can do the math, or maybe you can't since you couldn't realize this was a Ponzi scheme. I think the wealth inequality gap increased dramatically over the last 2 years, and they were able to hide it. Bro, now they're all crying how everyone's making fun of them. Yeah, of course, because they were fucking annoying. They were so annoying. Here's a video explaining why it crashed.
The crypto markets are...
We just watched it.
Basically it. Pump the stock, and I'll see you in the next one.
We literally just watched the newer version of that video. Is that a better version of this video? Or is there more details on this? I'm so happy to listen to you in the past year about crypto. Watch the original.
Crashing, and two of the world's largest cryptos, Luna and UST, face extinction from a multi-billion-dollar bank run. That's billion with a B. As of recording, I still don't know if these coins are going to recover, and the big question on everyone's mind is, how did this happen? I brought on an expert to explain it, but first we have to talk about the basics of this stuff. Terra USD, also known as UST, is an algorithmic stablecoin, which is different from fiat-backed stablecoins like Tether, which at least pretend to be backed by real money. Algorithmic stablecoins, on the other hand, aren't backed by anything. The way they maintain their peg to the US dollar or euro is with market dynamics by incentivizing arbitrage. Usually, there's a pair of tokens, one of them paired to the currency, and the other can fluctuate. And I'm not going to get into exactly how this arbitrage thing works because it's quite complicated and others have covered it in a great amount of detail. The point is that usually these things work really well and make a lot of money for everyone right up until they don't and things go boom. Historically, every single algorithmic stablecoin has eventually lost their peg in what's known as a death spiral, where people lose their faith in the coin finally and rush for the exit. And because this stablecoin is not collateralized in any real way, most people end up losing their money in these exit situations. Famously, Mark Cuban got wrecked with a stablecoin called Iron and its Titan pair. Many people have compared this token pair to UST and Luna. However, there are differences which we're gonna get into. But the point is, there's been a lot of failure in the algo stablecoin space, which you need to know about. People meme about all the different failures and say, look, you guys are trying alchemy. It's impossible. You can't create value from nothing. Despite this fact, it hasn't stopped people from trying. Every time a new...
It is, though. Faith-based currency is exactly what it is. That's literally what it is, dude. What are you doing? Oh, my God. The thing is, if it was collateralized, right, you can't base it off of... You can never compete with, like, someone with a bigger dick than you, regardless, okay? No matter what happens, you don't have unlimited assets, and ultimately you can never compete with fiat currency because fiat currency is backed by, and you guys already know this, the long dick of the government, and the government's dick is so long, dude. You will unimaginable lengths of cock from the government, okay? Bro, isn't the USD faith-based currency? No, dude, no. What do we do? What do we talk about here? Why are you in a leftist community if you do not fucking understand that, like, yes, of course, the American dollar is in many ways backed by the confidence, because it's not fucking tethered to, like, it's not gold standard anymore, right? But that confidence comes from America's fucking fat, throbbing fucking penis, okay? And all the war that it wages, like, all the time, nonstop. You get it?
Algorithmic stablecoin fails, 2 more crop up with new strategies about how they're going to finally defeat this death spiral. And the most popular...
Yeah, okay, let me... here's a good point. Yeah, you brought up nukes. Exactly. How many fucking nukes does TerraCoin or LunaCoin own, okay? Do you own any nukes? No? Shut the fuck up, okay? How many fucking aircraft carriers do you have? Oh, 0? Oh, I didn't realize that we were just having fun then. We were just, like, throwing money and lighting it on fire. Can you take over an entire government if you want to? How many fucking coup d'etats have you done? Whether it be the Philippines or any other country. Oh, 0. Oh, interesting. Good luck. Good luck with your fucking made up bullshit, okay? This is so lame. HasanAbi does not understand Bitcoin. Yes, and here I am with, you know, my assets intact, and here you are with $0. But you can't fucking tell me I don't know what's going on when I've been saying this for like for 2-3 years now. Okay? And you're like, oh, you were wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Look now, look at this now, look at this now, look at this now, look at this now. And then you turn around, and even in a moment where you're like fucking getting long-dicked, you're getting schlonged, okay, shellacked, shafted. All of your fucking wealth is now zero, worth $0, and you turn around and you go, wow, okay, well, you know, I'm still in the right, actually.
And successful attempt at this has come from Terra Labs, a company which created Luna and UST. These 2 coins are extremely popular and in the top 10 of all cryptocurrencies, so the project is massive. And if these coins were to go bust, billions of dollars would vanish. One reason that people have invested so much into UST and Luna is because of a savings protocol called Anchor, which promises people a stable return of around 20%, which is obviously...
I felt the same as you, obviously, for as long as shit start popping again, but I'm kind of surprised the crash of this volume happened so quickly. Yes, I am too. I still think it's ridiculous. By the way, everything that's happening to Luna could technically happen to Bitcoin as well. You would just need more movement than what happened with Luna, obviously. So just remember that. Because the fundamentals are not there. The fundamentals require mass usage, okay? Like, there is nothing. It's just, okay, anyway. And it has happened to Bitcoin before, but BTC maxis won't let that happen. But again, you're relying on little babies, dude. You're relying on people with 0 nuclear power, okay? How many nukes does the BTC maxis have? Maximalists. How many? Holy shit, what a terrible take. Okay. Look, I see another, let me tell you something. I see another alternative here as well. Like, I have said this before. I've said this already. Okay? That it's all fake. So is money. I mean, money is fake. It's made up. Understand that, right? Like, you get it. I mean, even anarchists understand this and then they take it to a very different level. Like, it's just bullshit. It's fake. It's made up. All of these concepts that we use to operate a functional society is just completely made up. We're all buying into it, right? And then there's something that fuels that fake bullshit. Like, there's a level of like belief that we all collectively join in on and decide, yeah, no, that's real. It's good for me. Okay. Like, I agree. That's how this works. Okay. And obviously there's like social conditioning that educates you into believing that this is the normal way to fucking approach life. And these are like all, you know, truths that we have all tapped into. It's what you make it. With Bitcoin, you can, isn't that the same logic as fiat? No, I am describing fiat. I'm describing fiat currency right now. I'm literally describing that to you. When I'm saying it's all fake, that's fake as well. Now, the difference is, if enough people have decided that that fake thing is real, it's real now, okay? That's how it works. The problem with cryptocurrency is that there is nothing that is, at the very least, like instilling confidence, because it's just purely a speculative asset, okay? An unverified, unsecured, an unverified, outside of the system security that you're trading on. You get it? And then the problem there is you need some kind of centralizing force that says, no, this is actually real. Okay? You need some kind of insurance. You need some kind of institutional backing. And if your entire purpose around like your decentralized finance operation is that it doesn't have that, it doesn't need that because you believe in like Ancapistan, then it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. Like the blockchain basically is, okay, the blockchain in and of itself is a fun idea, okay? I get it. It's a fun idea. But thinking that the blockchain will reveal all truths and therefore, market corrections will occur as a consequence of like, information spreading because you can't hide anything in the blockchain is the same level of fucking idiocy as David Rubin saying we can Yelp review contractors and therefore there's no ordinance or zoning regulations that are a necessity and that we shouldn't have any kind of regulation from the nanny state. That's how you arrive at this fucking bullshit over and over again. Okay? You need something to centralize and tell everyone, like, no, this is legitimate. Okay? This is legit. There's no difference between believing the fucking blockchain as a control mechanism and having that same ANCAP libertarian baby brain that lets you think that like you can Yelp review contractors that are killing people with like shoddy work. Government bad, crypto not part of government, mean crypto good? I mean, yeah. So, by the way, here is Yanis Varoufakis talking about the blockchain as well. Like, I understand. First of all, okay, Yanis Varoufakis on this. Let me just explain something too. I like the concept of the blockchain. I do. Unfortunately, I think it's like the energy efficiency is incredibly, it's just like a gigantic problem at this moment. Like, but I don't have ultimately a problem with more financial transparency. Do you see what I'm saying? Because like one of the best things about like what CoffeeZilla does, for example, is that he can literally, they can literally go in and once they get a fucking wallet, it's over. It's game over. They can follow everything that you're doing, right? But that clearly hasn't stopped people from buying into this idiocy and getting rug pulled non-fucking stop. You get it? Is Giannis low-key jacked? He's high-key jacked, not low-key. All right, let's continue.
Insane, especially given how stable stablecoins are supposed to be. As a reminder, Bernie Madoff only promised a stable return of 10% a year, and the Anchor protocol is nearly doubling that, leading many people to accuse it of being a Ponzi scheme. However, Luna investors, who often call themselves lunatics, say everyone knows these rates are unsustainable and claim they're just being used as a growth tactic to get people into the ecosystem and that they will eventually be lowered over time. As of a day ago, there was $14 billion locked up into this 20% a year free money scheme. And this has been one of the major drivers of adoption. And this 20% return was seen as a great investment for many, right up until the crypto markets went into free fall over the weekend. And Luna and UST were hit some of the hardest of all. Luna fell 50% in one day, and UST actually depegged all the way down to 69 cents. Nice. As for the Anchor protocol, there was roughly $7 to $8 billion withdrawn from the protocol over the course of a couple days. Like I said, billion-dollar bank run. And as of the time of writing, I really do have no idea if UST is going to recover at all. And that's why I brought on my guest today, Bennett Tomlin. He's something of a stablecoin specialist, and you may recognize him from my Tether video. And I couldn't think of a better person to talk to to really get to the bottom of this. Bennett, thanks for coming on the show. So this is absolutely insane. We have billions of dollars hanging in the balance here. And I guess my question is, what are the scenarios here? Which ways could this go?
Sure. So the first way this could go is that people continue to lose confidence in this system and try to exit their Terra into Luna, which when you do it below peg, mints more Luna and provides continued downward pressure on the price of Luna, which is the algorithmic stable coin death spiral that's often talked about. Is once the confidence is shaken, it can feed into itself, and as the protocol is trying to protect itself, it's also destroying itself by draining any of the remaining value out. The other option is that Do Kwon and Terraform Labs are able to, using their Bitcoin reserves by partnering with appropriate market makers and venture capitalists, that they're able to, at least for now, get this back to peg. Once they have it at peg, they're going to need to convince the community that this is still a thing worth having confidence in. What you might see, in order to try to get that confidence back, is Do Kwon and Terraform Labs, or perhaps just the Terra community broadly, may try to find a scapegoat, some kind of entity, firm, or person who they can come up with a plausible motivation for wanting to attack Terra.
I'm already finding that, by the way. They're coming out and saying that, centralized banks want to bring Terra down. They want to take down Luna. So you're already seeing that occur. But one of the interesting things I thought about the Luna Foundation Guard, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, there's always a big
they bought Bitcoin to.
Yeah, they're blaming Citadel and BlackRock, which, by the way, I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe. But Chatter Struggles, Twitter on point. You of all people should be championing cryptocurrency, which gives power back to the people. Dude, how are motherfuckers still saying this? Dude, it's literally a scam, dude. They have already gotten your brain. They've already scammed you, okay? You've already been tapped in. It's not giving power back to the people. It's just milking the fucking middle class, which have like a fucking crumb on the side now. And it's giving that money back to, once again, the wealthy that already, are managing all of this. I finally got your hoodie, Dad. Thanks. Quality's top tier. I'm not a paid chatter. Glad we have received this on the legendary Azam Positivity Week. Yep, yeah. That's funny. With the collapse of crypto, hoarders of digital apes will look like fools, while those of us who have been hoarding physical apes, previously scorned, now look like geniuses. That's right. And guess what? Me and my apes are never bored. You think an actual ape could ever have the capacity to be bored or boring? Fear not, my friends. My apes are never bored, and they're never boring. Look at this, by the way. Ooh, Tom Brady, President Bill Clinton. Let's go, dude. And Tony Blair. Dude, this is incredible. They too much money, okay? They got too much fucking money, all right? Too much. 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 Look at this. The worst kinds of people, too. Nightmare blunt rotation, absolutely the fucking worst. Oh, my God.
Supposedly protect the Luna peg, but since the markets are pretty correlated, when the markets go down like this and you have like an attack on the peg, aren't they selling Bitcoin at a loss to protect Luna and then making Bitcoin crash even harder? Like, am I getting that right? Why would you invest in an asset that would probably be...
By the way, for everybody engaging in like the dunking on the crypto bros and stuff and being like, lol, look at your situation now, like you're fucked or whatever. Honestly, here's another side of this, okay? The global economy isn't doing so hot either currently. So a lot of people who didn't take the additional like crumbs that they had and put it in the fucking cryptocurrency market are also going to see the fucking, you just did that. No, I know. I'm doing that. But also at the same time, I am coming at it with the recognition that like, even if you didn't fucking do anything stupid, then if you didn't fucking flex nonstop about how you were going to the moon and how everyone's a fucking broke boy and they simply don't understand, you're still probably going to get fucked in a meaningful way. It's just the same as like inflation fucking over the working poor, right? Like, it's just, you know, things are not looking too great. They're not looking too hot. When MH, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. My 401k lost 15k this morning.
Be down when you need it the most.
Because I think Daquan's goal with purchasing the Bitcoin...
The wider economic is not tied to crypto. Oh, no, yeah, it's completely unrelated to cryptocurrency, but like, but yes, you know, the American marketplace is not doing so hot. Global markets are not doing so hot either currently.
Bitcoin wasn't really to stabilize the peg or make the Terra system better. I think that the primary goal with purchasing this massive amount of Bitcoin was to make it harder for people who care about Bitcoin to criticize Luna or Terra, because he was on pace to become like one of the single largest holders of Bitcoin in the world. And once you're in that position, you have a lot of influence over Bitcoin, and you can get a lot of things you may want because no one wants you to suddenly market sell $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. That would be very bad for anyone who holds Bitcoin or anyone who holds assets heavily correlated with Bitcoin, which is the entire cryptocurrency market. They've now made it where criticizing Terra, criticizing Luna, and destabilizing their system risks destabilizing a larger portion of the crypto ecosystem as a whole, and as such, many, perhaps all, crypto
I'm laughing at the person sitting in business class of the plane while we're riding is plummeting to the ground. Yeah, pretty much.
Holders now have an incentive to try to make sure that Luna and Terra survive.
I think also another part of this that we have to talk about is obviously their success with the Anchor protocol, or I call it success. They've been offering these crazy 20% rates of return. Can you explain? It's this weird game. It feels like Bernie Madoff, the whole like you get this really stable return. Actually, it's way over what Bernie Madoff was offering. Can you explain that? I know they're saying that, look, it's just a growth hack, but it feels awful Ponzi-like. Why are you laughing?
Yeah, I'm laughing because when Cass and I did our episode on Terra, there's the moment when we talk about this, and Cass asked me, why does this feel like a scam? I'm like, it feels like a scam because they're telling you they can guarantee a 20% interest rate. And when someone tells you that, they're basically always scamming you. That's not a real thing that generally happens. And so for a long time, Terraform Labs was providing funds. Well, they're still providing funds. Terraform Labs is providing funds to the Anchor protocol so that you can get a rate higher than the market can support for lending out your Terra. It did used to be this like guaranteed stable 20% or so, 19 whatever percent yield. They recently did make it so it starts to float a little bit, but it's still subsidized so that you get more for lending it than you pay to borrow it.
Crazy idea.
And
only in crypto, by the way, only in crypto.
Yeah. Normally that goes the other way. The good faith explanation for what they were doing is that they hoped they could get this big enough that it would actually start being used for like
real things,
commerce or foreign exchange or payments or currency things currencies are used for. But instead, everyone just used it for the free money, and eventually free money ends.
Right. Well, it seems like every time a stable...
So, chatters, when you hear a person that sounds a little bit more like you explain exactly what I've been explaining, does that, a lot of the crypto nerds in the chat, does that give you a little bit more, confidence in what I'm saying, or no? Because he basically just literally described what I was saying earlier when you were like, you're a fucking idiot, you don't know anything. You're like, no, actually, no, fuck that guy too. I'm holding.
And algo stablecoin fails. It just seems like somebody has a new idea for, I know what they did wrong. I'll fix it this time. This is going to be the one true.
See, I wish they had new ideas. That would be
you don't think they do?
This, like, Terra is not very meaningfully different from, like, the economic concepts.
Dude, if you say that about Luna, yes, but ETH and BTC, no, then you're failing to comprehend something that is, like, at the root of the problem, which is that there is technically, when you look at the fundamentals, no difference between Luna and ETH and BTC. Okay? The only, like, there's no difference between them. The only difference between them is I guess, confidence. Like, that they're not going to fail because enough people have bought into it. There's a huge difference. Okay. Educate yourself on BTC. Look. Just because something is not likely to happen does not mean that it is impossible for it to happen. Okay? I'm not saying that, like, BTC and ETH are destined for failure in a similar capacity. Okay? I'm simply stating that the fundamentals that make, Luna into worthless nothingness are the same lack of fundamentals that exist within BTC, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Okay? That's the problem. And you're failing to recognize this for some reason. Every time the subject is brought up, it's literally always the same. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why people fucking... That's just not true, lol. Okay. All right. You can say that same thing about the whole stock market, though. Yes, I can. And I do all the time. Except there is something... I can't believe I'm defending the stock market. But there is something that you can look to and point to and say, these are the fundamentals when it comes to certain stocks. But more importantly than the stock market, there is the American government, dude. There are financial institutions internationally, and it still fucking fails. It still fails, but there's still, like, a physical company. There are people working there. There is some kind of value being added. It's fake bullshit that we all made up, but at least, like, everyone has tapped into that, okay? Your assumption is everyone is going to tap into Bitcoin in a similar capacity, but there's nothing going on behind it. There's no backing. But the reason why a lot of this, I guess, simply works, and it's a little bit different than fucking cryptocurrency, is because there is a regulatory mechanism. That regulatory mechanism doesn't work usually, okay? And it fails a lot, and it's super corrupt. But ultimately, there's some stability afforded to it by the American government and by our institutions and by some semblance of regulatory forces.
Behind Dan Larimer's New Bits from, like, 2015 or not New Bits, BitShares from, like, 2015, or it's not super meaningfully different from the Titan and Iron Finance one, which...
Pumping and dumping stocks is illegal, at least. I mean, there's literally, like, the most basic financial protections that are supposed to make the process of trading a safer one so that everyone can fucking tap in and instill some level of confidence within trading does not exist in a decentralized financial system. Okay? So if your goal is simply to look at the blockchain will reveal all truths or whatever, if you have that kind of, like, childlike understanding of the circumstance, then yeah, CoffeeZilla would be, and I do love CoffeeZilla, and Mudahar as well, but they would be literally fucking destroying people right now. Okay? But you're still not listening. We watch CoffeeZilla videos all the time, and yet, shitcoins, altcoins, NFTs, rug pulls are still occurring nonstop. The worst part is, or I guess the best part is for, like, Bitcoin maximalists, the evangelists, leading the charge, is that actual institutions are looking into diversifying their portfolios and buying into crypto already. So, So there's that. I find that to be a terrifying prospect because, like, you know, for the reasons that I already mentioned, like, which is that the normal financial system is already like built upon shaky foundations, and you know, you have companies like fucking Tesla that are incredibly overvalued. You know what I mean? And look at look at the tech bubble, basically a repeat of the .com bubble. Like, you have so much of this happening already without fucking cryptocurrency. And it is terrifying that like these big institutions are also now buying into crypto as well, which will only, you know, increase the volatility rather than actually bring about some kind of centralized force and some regulatory mechanisms that will make it safer to trade with cryptocurrency.
Famously broke and lost Mark Cuban a bunch
This
of
one
money.
just feels very well funded.
Yes.
And it feels like
This one's big. I think what makes Terra so interesting is none of the other algorithmic stablecoins have grown
Stockbroker here, I mean, a majority of the whole market's value is decided by 10 massive tech companies. I mean, yes.
to $18 billion. Do Kwon and Terraform Labs were way more effective at marketing
10,
and growth than any of the previous algorithmic stablecoin teams. And because of that, it got to a
Stockbroker in the chat. Dude, I have hella stockbrokers. What are you talking about?
scale and size where it ended up posing this relatively unique
I have
risk
analysts.
to the
I fucking
cryptocurrency
anyway,
ecosystem that no algorithmic stablecoin has really been able to do before, because they were always so much more isolated. It was a lot easier to call many of the older ones Ponzi's or really emphasize the game or the scheme part, because they were a lot less likely to interact with other protocols and to become this more broadly accepted part of the ecosystem. But there's places that had UST as a base pair and stuff for exchanges, right? Like, this had started to reach out into a broader part of the ecosystem. Now we're talking about a stablecoin that was able to sponsor a US sports team, right? And so like it's entirely different, and it's way more deeply connected. And so seeing it play out in this way has been a bit of a contrast to past algorithmic stablecoin blowouts, and might perhaps give us some idea of what might happen if, say, a stablecoin about 4.5 times the size of Terra were to suddenly become much less valuable.
frightening, and I hope that doesn't happen anytime.
it's so weird that like the Roaring 20s and the Great Depression is like straight up upon us with wealth disparity at a higher fucking level than it was back then. And the very same reasons as to why these things happened, you know, rampant monopolization, lack of regulation in any meaningful capacity over the financial markets, like literally all of the same shit is happening again. It is so fucking stupid. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Like, it's just like something that I don't know what it is. Where I look at this and I'm like, this is a fucking cliche, okay? Not saying that this cryptocurrency is like, cryptocurrency is the same as like the Great Depression, obviously. Like, that's irrelevant. It's like, you know, it's like the Great Depression is slated to happen and people are like fucking buying Beanie Babies or something before it, leading up to it. Like, one last big push from the middle class. The crypto markets are completely irrelevant to the grand scheme of things. I'm just saying that like wealth disparity is already at the same level, and I don't know how we have gotten to like such a cliche repeat of history, and perfectly in like at the 100-year mark. And people fucking refuse to recognize it.
Time soon. Thank you so much, Bennett, for coming on and explaining all this stuff to us. Guys, Bennett and his co-host, Cass, have a podcast that I want you guys all to go listen to. You want to shout it out real quick?
Yeah, sure. Cass Pianski and I are the co-hosts of Crypto Critics Corner. You can find it on YouTube or anywhere else you listen to podcasts.
Great podcast. I listen to it myself.
These guys are fucking haters, bro. They don't get it. Okay. Dude, I really, dude, the worst is like, there's some good people that are involved in this shit that I like. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about Fwiz. You know what I mean? Homie who was like head of YouTube gaming at such a young age, such an early age, who literally left YouTube gaming then become the CEO of Polygon, an entire fucking company that like revolves around NFTs. And now look at what's going on with NFT markets and also with cryptocurrency in general. Like that shit. Young question mark? Yeah, Fwiz is super fucking young to be like so high level. He was super young to be so high level at YouTube. He had a lot of great ideas too. And, you know. Fraud is real, libtard. Oh, give it to me. 2 PA Republican staffers have been fired after the PHI Inquirer story revealed that the ballots were being diverted into a possible ballot harvesting operation to a PO box without voters' knowledge and being filled out by party officials. Oh my God, the GOP was doing it. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Who would have thought? New pro-choice caucus has sent out messaging materials to the House Dems on road draft. One of the recommendations is don't use choice. I always
Welcome
think
to
about this
Holland.
when I see...
It was here that 400 years ago we first witnessed the extraordinary effects that...
This is what you think of? This is the best video you could find to describe the fucking tulip mania, the first economic bubble. This was the best video you could find on this? Like, you could not have found a more boring fucking video, I think, on the internet than... Like, I like the concept. I'm fine to watch it. Best video?
When did you start feeling so sorry for yourself? It's unbearable. What? So you think we might have put a few people out of business today? That's all for naught. But you've been doing that every day for almost 40 years, Sam. And if this is all for naught, then so is everything out there. It's just money. It's made up. Pieces of paper with pictures on it so we don't have to kill each other just to get something to eat. It's not wrong. And it's certainly no different today than it's ever been. 1637, 1797, 1819, 37, 57, 84, 1901, 07, 29, 1937, 1974, 1987. Jesus, didn't that fucker fuck me up good? 92, 97, 2000, and whatever we want to call this. It's all just the same thing over and over. We can't help ourselves. And you and I can't control it or stop it or even slow it, or even ever so slightly alter it. We just react. And we make a lot of money if we get it right. And we get left by the side of the road if we get it wrong. And there have always been, and there always will be, the same percentage of winners and losers, happy fucks and sad sacks, fat cats and starving dogs in this world. Yeah.
Good system.
There may be more of us today than there's ever been, but the percentages, they stay exactly the same.
This is what happens when you don't actually fucking realize that if you have multiple slurp juices, you can actually turn your singular ape into 3 different apes. I'm sick and tired of the fact that so many refuse to realize that multiple different slurp juices can and will create multiple different apes, okay? Fuck! You can use multiple juices on the same ape. Fuck! The most important slurp juice is the top of the hour ad break avoiding slurp juice, which is called a subscription. That's right. For $5 or for free, you can subscribe. The prophet forbade multiple juices. Oh God, I don't want to watch this. How NFTs are invading the art world. The crypto crash is hilarious because the bros went from have fun staying poor to it's not funny to laugh at people's misery. Yeah. Listen. If you no longer want to see those ads, you don't need multiple slurp juices. You need one, and that slurp juice is a subscription. There's different variations of that subscription slurp juice. Like, for example, one of the variations is... I just closed this tab. I don't know what was on here. Oh, fucking Ezra Miller getting arrested again. The other one is a free one in the form of Twitch Prime. I'm just fucking around. Okay, whatever. Wild Wills, thank you for the 5 get the subs. All right, I am all over the place. I'm in Abrick now. What will happen to Gary V's restaurant? Who knows, dude? Who fucking knows? Oh no. The world finding out that you could use 3 slurp juices on a single ape and create 3 new apes? Total collapse of crypto. It fucking happened, dude. It did happen. Sometimes there are truths that you are not supposed to reveal. And when you end up revealing those truths, all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. Adam ruins everything. The true orange
Let's
is a
set
tulip
the
mania.
scene. The success of the Dutch economy meant that the middle class had cash to drop on luxury items, and tulips were one of their favorites.
Why in the world were flowers a luxury item?
Well, tulips were new to the Netherlands and hard to get, which made them a status symbol.
As you can see, this man is very rich and powerful. Many tulips. This family is doing pretty well. And this woman, oh no, she has but 1 tulip. It's best not to look her in the eyes.
And rarer tulips with multicolored petals commanded the highest prices. They were basically the Dutch version of limited edition Beanie Babies.
Rare tulips for sale, going fast, folks.
In the 1630s, tulip prices began to rise.
Oh, brother, I can't keep up.
And then prices went from high to completely insane. Partly because...
Gang. Yeah, Ottomans. Where were the tulips coming from? Turkey.
Because of a unique feature of tulips. See, tulips only bloom in the spring. The rest of the year, the flowers turn back into bulbs and can be resold. But when they're flowering, they can't be moved. But that didn't stop people from wanting to buy them. So instead of buying the tulip itself, they'd buy a contract that meant they would get the tulip in the future.
I must have that tulip. I'll give you 500 guilders now, and you give me a contract I can redeem in 6 months. That sounds like a perfectly harmless solution. Sold!
This
Good thing futures trading is barred now. Because like we learned from our mistakes in the past and we were like, oh, we should never do that again. And that future trading is now illegal and heavily regulated, and also you can't do it. Fun fact. Oh wait, that's literally the opposite. That's not what happened. I'm being sarcastic.
This is what's called a futures contract. And here's the important part. Once you had the contract, you could resell it to someone else, potentially for a lot more money. And that little feature brought out the financial speculators.
If he paid 500 guilders for a single flower, I bet I can find someone willing to pay even more. I'll buy that contract for 1,000.
Sold! Did you just make a 500 guilder profit off a single flower? I've got to get in on this. I'll buy for 2,000 guilders.
In 1636 and 1637, the prices in this rickety market took the heck off. And the result was tulip mania!
What Adam Conover fails to reckon with is that back in the 1630s, the Dutch didn't have access to slurp juice. If they gave those tulips some slurp juice, who knows what could have happened? Oh, that's awesome.
Say, friend, do you like money? Well, what if I told you there was a way to exchange those boring green presidential napkins for sexy computer cash that's easier to lose, far more volatile?
Amazing video regarding tulips.
You are watching Cold Fusion TV.
Cold Fusion Video. Since 2013, this channel has featured the Recently, Apple has passed the $1 trillion valuation mark, but since a How Big Is Apple video already exists, I had the idea to take things a little further. I asked myself the question, what was the biggest company of all time? In this video, we'll quickly touch on the 8 most valuable companies in history and then spend some time on number 1 because it's a fascinating story.
We'll get back to that other in a second.
So large
I'll finish
that they literally geographically shaped the world.
I'll finish the other one in a second, please.
We know today. All right, let's get into it. At number 8, we have Microsoft in 1999. The company was valued at $0.9 trillion at the height of the dot-com bubble. Number 7 is Apple in 2018. This is due to the persistent popularity of the iPhone, which makes up about 70% of the company's profits. Though some do speculate that this trillion-dollar stock figure is more complicated due to low interest rates, making it viable for the company to buy back its own stock, pushing up the stock price further. At number 6, we have Standard Oil. In 1900, this company was worth $1 trillion. Standard Oil was soon broken up by the American government into, well, pretty much every major American oil company. At number 5, we have PetroChina. In 2007, they were valued at $1.4 trillion, and this was right at the peak of oil prices just before the GFC. The 4th most valuable company of all time is Saudi Aramco, valued at $4.1 trillion at its peak in 2010. From here on, we have to step back in time hundreds of years to reach the real heavyweights. At number 3 and 2 respectively are the South Sea Company, worth $4.3 trillion, and the Mississippi Company, worth $6.5 trillion, both in 1720. Of course, these numbers are adjusted for inflation. The reason for these astronomical valuations is quite interesting. In 1720, a bubble formed around speculation of trade between North and South America. The two companies mentioned promised that they could capitalize on trade between the American continents, and their stock rose accordingly. The speculators on these companies would coin the term millionaire. In reality, mass trade between the Americas didn't really end up happening, and the bubble soon popped. Okay, so on to number 1. Valued at a ridiculous $7.9 trillion in 1637 is the Dutch East India Company. The story of the Dutch East India Company is absolutely fascinating. The story starts in the Netherlands in a time called the Golden Century, a period of Dutch history between 1600 and 1700, where Amsterdam was one of the richest cities in the world due to its strong international trade. Trade was essentially how all countries made their money. In 1600, the Dutch government was worried about England becoming dominant in trade. To combat this threat, they sponsored the creation of the Dutch East India Company in 1602 and allowed the firm to become a monopoly in Asian trade. The company quickly became one of the dominant players in the trade of spices between Europe and Indonesia. Spices might not seem like much today, but back then, spices were scarce and extremely valuable. They were used in medicine, to preserve cooked food, and to add flavor to meat. Spices actually...
Ironic. If you know the cuisines of either of these countries, or just European cuisine in general, I will never get over that reality, but that's completely irrelevant to the conversation. Let's
improve the quality of life. Dutch East India Company is one of the most important companies in history, and one of the reasons for this is that it was the very first company to go public on the world's first stock exchange. From here, it continued to grow until it had 70,000 employees at its peak. In the 1600s, that was more than 0.01% of the world's population working for this one company. The firm ran their own shipyards, built a network of hundreds of bases, and had anything from offices to warehouse and heavy work stations. In order to keep their ports and continue trade, Dutch East India Company developed their own army to protect the land that they gained. And this is where things start getting beyond any company that we can imagine today. As the company grew, their foreign colonies gained more land and possessed a sense of governmental powers. The Dutch East India Company had the power to wage war, negotiate treaties, mint its own coins, and even establish new colonies.
Which is, of course, very different than what we have today. It's not. It's just that the American government basically operates at the behest of the corporations that don't have to do that. So corporations have basically outsourced this violence to the American government.
The company was even used to fight against the Spanish Empire in the early 1600s. And remember, this was a publicly traded company doing all of this. It doesn't stop there though. There were also expansive sailing expeditions that resulted in the discovery of new land. As it turns out, the Dutch East India Company actually helped shape the geographical knowledge of the modern world. They would stay operational for 2 centuries and had effectively transformed itself from a corporate entity into a state and then an empire. Okay, so now we know that the company started by trading spice and ended up a tyrannical empire, but what was its most profitable business? The answer isn't what you would expect. The peak of their wealth came from flowers, tulips to be exact, and the story of how this happened has gone down in infamy. It tells us a deep archetype story. Although technologies in the world may advance, human nature remains the same. Tulips were first introduced to Europe from Turkey and reached Amsterdam in 1554. The plants were immediately perceived as exotic goods, and their popularity began to rise. Having tulips in your garden became an important status symbol. In addition to this, the thing about tulips is they take 7 to 12 months to flower and only bloom for about a week. This rareness, and the fact that they were a status symbol and highly valued, made the tulip product a prime candidate for the first financial bubble in history, the tulip bubble. You see, at the time, the Dutch were pioneers of modern finance. They devised a way to set up a market where you could trade tulips all year round even if they weren't in bloom. The prices were set by traders that signed tulip contracts based on future prices. This was the very first futures derivative market, the same kind that we use to trade stocks with today.
So good.
Over time, the tulip market became more complicated and flowers were priced according to their rarity. As with all derivative markets, things tend to go out of control sometimes.
For the record, this is why I say, like, it's all built upon the same bullshit. The foundations are literally the same. It's just NFTs and cryptocurrency doesn't even have a legitimizing force backing it. Okay?
The prices of the tulips are pushed higher and higher by speculators who plan to turn around and sell them for a profit. This is the very same thing that happens in all modern financial bubbles, from people flipping houses expecting the next guy to pay for it, to stock and bond traders doing the same thing. As I said, human nature stays the same. Many merchants sold all of their belongings to purchase a few tulip bulbs for the purpose of selling them at a higher profit than they could ever imagine in their lifetimes. This was the 1630s, and the average person could expect to live fewer than 40 years and be lucky to make any money at all. Meanwhile, some of the tulip traders were earning the equivalents of $62,000 a month. It seemed like the tulips were a quick way to paradise, and everyone wanted in. During the build-up and height of tulip mania, the Dutch East India Company incorporated the tulip trade into their operations.
I'm sure this guy's great, but like, the little mention of human nature in that situation is completely capitalist dogma. What do I mean by that? The very notion that like human history starts and basically ends with us, but starts in like, I don't know, over the last like 200, 300 years, the 400, 500 years is fucking silly. We have been alive for far longer than that, with zero human nature that revolves around like the with the with the profit motive, and with the understanding of like trying to constantly maximize value. It's just that's bullshit. That's not real. So whenever people say human nature, they're basically they've already completely tapped into the capitalist dogma and are just like repeating it back to you. And it makes sense. It makes sense because everything in your life is saying that. I mean, this would be primitive communism, an era far longer than what we are currently looking at now. Which most people that believe in the capitalist dogma completely avoid.
And the stock price began to rocket upwards. By this stage, even England and France were trading tulips on the London Stock Exchange. The acceleration of price continued, and soon there was a price explosion of 20-fold just in a single month. To give you an idea, at the peak, a single tulip bulb was worth 10 times more than a craftsman's annual wage. By this point, the Dutch East India's value had risen to that infamous massive $7.9 trillion mark. To highlight how huge this was just one more time, if you put Apple, Microsoft, and Google together, Dutch East India Company was worth 3 times that combined value. So you might be wondering, what happened next? Like all bubbles, the tulip bubble popped in late 1636. So what caused the crash? It turns out that some of the buyers in North Holland refused to show up to routine tulip bulb auctions. It signaled to the market that people just weren't going to pay any higher for the plants. This event caused the tulip price to fall a little. Investors then got cold feet and decided to sell, so the price fell more. More people saw the price falling and decided to sell as well, and the cycle continued. Soon, the market violently imploded. Within just a few weeks, tulip bulbs were only worth 1/100th of their former price. This resulted in a full-blown panic throughout Holland and an economic crash that lasted years. The Dutch government would later make changes to the financial system to make sure that this never happened again. So what about the Dutch East India Company? What happened to them? Well, the company stayed very powerful until the mid-1700s, but after bad management and a war between the English and the Dutch, the company was dissolved and overtaken by the government in 1799, and the colonies of the company became Dutch colonies. So what does this tell us? The tulip bubble speaks of human nature and greed. Like many things in life, it's important to look at the underlying value of something and not just what everyone else thinks it's worth. The Dutch East India Company's size is completely unparalleled today. They were a complete government within themselves. On one hand, I guess it warns about the close ties between industry and government, but on the other hand, they did discover new lands, shaping modern geography, and also were the pioneering company to trade on the stock market, forever shaping finance.
I think the funniest part about this is saying that this is human nature and acting like all humans participated in this, when in fact, the overwhelming majority, and this has always been the same throughout history, were not participating in fucking futures trading on tulips. They were literally dying of syphilis on the fucking boat. Or they were on the receiving end being enslaved, okay? Like, that was what the overwhelming majority of people were doing. But of course, the people that the history books write about are the ones who are doing the fucking futures trading. So you have this like weird understanding that like, oh yeah, no, literally like everyone was doing it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's normal to feel this way, by the way. I'm just saying that, like, it's normal to see it like this because that's just what everything is taught you. That's how things are taught. So you're telling me that Hannibal didn't use 3 slurp juices? No. Turkish soil and plants felled the largest corporation in human history. Another W, 1637, second best year of my life? No, 1453 best year. Also, just because it's human nature doesn't mean we can't overcome it and destroy the system that incentivizes it. That's all we do, overcome nature every time. Yes. But I am of the mindset that the current organization of the economy greatly dictates everything we feel about ourselves and everything we know. It's very much how our culture is formed. And that is precisely the reason why people have this false notion that it's human nature to be greedy, selfish, and constantly work at the behest of profit. When in fact, collective actions is also just as important, if not more important, in achieving all of the impressive feats that we have achieved as human beings. That is, of course, overcoming nature itself. So, you know, when we are already doing incredible things and completely fucking avoiding human nature when we're building skyscrapers, why can't we, why do we act like we have to succumb to our human nature when it comes to when it comes down to just capitalism? Well, because the people that benefit from that are telling you that's the appropriate way, and that's the justification for it. Okay? Oh, shit. Hey, YouTube, how do I stop these ads from running on my channel? Human beings. Abortion, ultimate form of child abuse. No, it's just murder, first of all. It's not the ultimate form of child abuse. It's murder. What the fuck? Capitalism is much crueler than human nature? Yes. Just told my wife Hasan would cuss within 10 seconds of opening Twitch and our boy did not disappoint. Yes, I have a potty mouth, okay? It's human nature. Should we watch the fucking abortion video now or what? God, the House Democrats video is gonna kill me. Or not the video. Extra history with non-fungible tulip is what? Do the AdSense thing too for your YouTube channel? Wait, what? I want fucking anti-abortion ads. I want anti-abortion ads to run. New poll. Madison Cawthorn's approval has hit a key bump in the road. We find Republican voters nationwide disapprove of Cawthorn by 41-point margin. 69% of voters agree he should resign from Congress. Oh, get the fuck out of here, bro. Our boy. We need to defend our boy. Okay, sure, but I'd be psychotic to say that it isn't human nature to get as many slurp juices as possible. No, I will never say that. Okay, if there's one thing that is like probably the most, if there's one component of human nature that's probably the most important and most significant, it's that you can use 3 slurp juices on a single ape and create 3 new apes. So, yeah, that is a fundamental truth. That's probably like the only truth that I operate off of. That's like what guides my moral system. And then I just parse information off of that. You know what I mean? Is it up to 3? Yes. Okay. I want to watch, not the documentary on U.S. evangelicals, which, oh, that's kind of cool. Evangelical Christians in the USA documentary by Deutsche Welle. Oh mein Gott. This is going to be a very good video. Yeah, the Germans are very good at cutting these videos, these long documentaries on the Americanish experience, you know? What I want to watch is the abortion, the Aborabo. The YouTube family that did a fucking, that just like unceremoniously and very randomly dropped like an anti-abortion video, and it got like millions and millions of views. Wait, serious question? I thought you were more liberal. Why are you pro-life? Dude, you think I'm pro-life? I'm literally anti-life, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm straight up a fucking anti-natalist, okay? No, I love abortions. I love abortions, and also I love that this one is just called Abortion, period. And then in parentheses, documentary. So this is the LeBrant fam. I don't know anything about them, but like just looking at this shows me that like they're family YouTubers and they're fucking freaks, okay? If you're a family YouTuber, very likely you're a fucking freak, okay? CPS should take your children away and then give the children to a LGBT family or something, because you are, you know, it's scary. It's incredibly fucking scary. Family YouTubers are scary, but family YouTubers are scary to begin with, but they are incredibly scary. I mean, first of all, they look too perfect. It's freaking me out. 13 million subscribers. Oh my Lord. My guy from my hometown is best friends with these people. They're awful. Okay. My bad. That was sarcasm. You thought I am not like the biggest fan of abortions? Dog, I literally fucking raised like $160,000 so that women in underserved communities in red states and shit can still be able to get abortions. I am Allah's greatest soldier on abortions, okay? His most willing warrior. I am the abortion jihadist. Straight up. I'm Mr. Abortion. He was a virgin before he met her. I think he's still a virgin. He looks like one. Family YouTubers are scary, but so are the top of the hour ads. Wait, I already ran one, didn't I? Hold on. Let me tweet out that I'm watching this. Watching the crazy Christian family YouTube abortion documentary Gone Sexual. Okay, I'm going to say, actually, you know what? I'm going to say emotional instead of gone sexual. Because, like, parentheses. Oh my gosh, it's the same family that pretended their kids had cancer? Shut the fuck up. Are you serious? Give me the sauce right now. Give me the juice. Give me the sauce. Give me the juice. Give me the sauce. Give me the juice. Give me the sauce. Please. Please, dude. Hit me with the fucking linky, okay? I need to know. No fucking shot they did that. Prepare yourself because this is one of the dumbest videos you've ever seen. Dude, oh man, I love that. Injected directly into my... This is my heroin, dude, okay? This is literally black tar fucking heroin for me. These family channels are insane. Their daughter's Instagram analytics is 70% grown men. That's disgusting. All ad revenue made from this video will be directly donated to abortion or family pregnancy clinics or whatever. Hey, this is Jesse LeBron. I'm the baby in the video. Please don't watch this. Ew, look at how ugly that thing is, dude. 18 weeks. Ew, dude. Ew, ew. Yuck.
Abortion has been arguably the most polarizing, heated, and controversial civil rights issue since 19...
My man said polarizing, heated, and controversial. So first and foremost, no, it's not. 70% of the country agrees that it's the fucking fine and valid for women to be able to get a borobo whenever they want to, okay? But especially in the first trimester without government interference. So no, it's not controversial. It's only controversial for you because you're a fucking annoying little shit freak, okay? You're a shit stain on the planet. It is not polarizing when something is literally fucking 70%. Overwhelming majority of people are like, no, that's great. It's not 50-50. 70-30 is not 50-50. I know some of you motherfuckers unironically think, you know, Al-Qaeda and algebra are a little too close to comfort, so you homeschool your children and you avoid mathematics because, you know, Islam and its golden age founded the fucking number 0. But, you know, 70-30 is not 50-50.
1973, when abortion was legalized in the U.S. There is so much passion on either side of the topic, and seems to be no middle ground and virtually no humane conversations. So much anger and so much hate. In the midst of it all, we truly believe that love is the answer. Instead of pro-life or pro-choice, is it possible for us to be pro-love?
Fuck off, dude. Oh, they're hitting it with a centrist attitude. Love is the answer? What is this, like, new wave shit, dude? Oh, yeah, I am pro-love. I love abortions, okay? I'm a fan. I like having abortions. I like having, you know, people have abortion. I love thinking about the access that people have to abortions. It gets me going, okay? So that's what I'm into, all right? I love abortions.
Is it possible for us to love both the mother and the baby. Maybe the answer isn't either or, but rather.
Stop it. Dude, 1 minute in and they're already fucking saying that it's worse than the Holocaust? Dude, this is awesome. Come on, dude. That's awesome. That's great. They didn't even wait. Like, this is something that they teach people not to say in abortion, in like anti-abortion camps. Okay? They literally tell you like, hey, we know your worldview is psychotic and we don't want you to come across like a fucking freak, okay? Like a freakazoid. Like an absolute insane person. So please don't compare it to the Holocaust. But these motherfuckers were like, YOLO, right out the gate. Why can't we do love? Also, abortions worse than the Holocaust? Thank you. Bro, the anti-abortion activists in my area say it's 10 times worse than the Holocaust all the time. Well, that's the thing. Like, so there are anti-abortion activist groups that literally try to train people to not say that freakazoid shit, but they can't stop themselves. They're literally like, no, I'm gonna fucking say it. I'm literally gonna say it because I'm fucking deranged, okay? You can't stop me. I'm psychopathic. I'm an insane person. Good luck trying to stop me from saying that.
Both. I have my personal convictions. You have yours. We're all so different.
Dude, I love this. Like, you can't fucking be like, I just want to have a reasonable discussion surrounding this conversation and then start off by being like, abortions are like 10 times worse than the Holocaust. Like, you're not having a fucking reasonable conversation with a person who is just insane.
And that's okay. But where is God's heart at? Where is the truth and peace?
Okay, that looks like a fucking freak, dude. That doesn't look like a baby. Abort that thing. If that thing came out of you, you'd be like, kill it. Kill it now. Okay, shut the fuck up. What is this like? It doesn't even look like a human. It looks like a fucking alien, dude.
Amidst all the chaos and lies, we want to go on a journey to find out the truth and to find out how we could actually help.
God, babies are so ugly.
Instead of just adding more noise to an already deafening discussion.
So what if you're watching this and you're thinking, should I keep my baby even though it's too hard? As a matter of fact, I was in that position. I was 19 when I got pregnant with Everly, and I remember just being so scared. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was actually in school in college, and I was too scared to tell my family.
Dude, this is my favorite thing. It's like, I kept my baby, so you have to as well. Like, you have to I'm gonna force you to carry pregnancy to term. Like, fuck you, dude. Hey, shut up, dumbass. Just because you fucking had your dumbass child that you're probably fucking giving brain rot to, that you can exploit for fucking YouTube clicks, doesn't mean everyone else is destined for that same future, okay? Did you just say Everly? Is her name fucking Everly, dude? Stop. Of course it's Everly. Jesus Christ, dude. Holy fuck. Oh.
Too scared to tell my friends. It was just a lot for me to take in, being so young. I remember those moments just being so terrified of just like what the future would look like, what my life was gonna look like. Just so many things going through my head at that moment, and just knowing how hard it was gonna be, but ultimately in the end, how worth it was gonna be looking back now. I know for me personally, my choice was always to keep my baby.
I do think that, like, unironically, white people need to, like, be oppressed a little bit. Like, because this is how you arrive at, like, wasps, you know, pumping out, like, 8 fucking, you know, McAllenanies or whatever the fuck they're naming their children nowadays. Like, you just, like, this is what happens when you don't face, like, significant struggle. Like, you have to. A little bit. So you shut the fuck up and, like, not make being a baby incubator your entire personality. Like, just what a fucking ridiculous thing. What a psychotic thing to just be like, actually, I've decided, like, this is my thing. Just, like, a little bit, dude. Just a little struggle. A little bit.
Baby, but I also know that for others, there are choices.
Yeah, white people will like make fun of black people naming their children whatever they want to name them, and then turn around and literally fucking name their children like Michaela Naney. Like, okay, well that's way weirder. Okay, how about that?
Lose heart, his strength was still
Bever Kaylee.
At the end of your wanderings, you'll see the grace that he giveth and giveth.
Oh god, Christian music is so fucking whack, dude. Yikes.
And giveth again.
In America, over 2,000 abortions happen every day.
Woo! Let's go! We need to pump those numbers up, boys. Yo, we're slacking, dude. Americans are not fucking enough, okay? Straight up.
Every day in America, 100 people die in car accidents. 1,300 people die from smoking. 1,800 people die from heart disease, the leading cause of death in the U.S., according to the CDC.
Is abortions. She's gonna say
But
abortions.
there's another, even more deadly killer than heart disease.
Abortions.
By definition, abortion is when a pregnancy is ended so that it doesn't result in the birth of a child.
Okay, what the fuck? Yo, these guys are awesome, dude. They're doing like... My man started with a Webster's Dictionary definition of abortion is when a pregnancy is ended. Like he's at a fucking wedding, dude. Like he's doing Toastmasters over here. That's awesome. Respect. They're really... This is great. This is awesome. It's awesome. I love this.
So
I love
as
this
we've
so
been filming this documentary, we've been asked by our friends, by family, by mentors, why are we making this? There's so much at risk. Why are we even making this? Why are we adding flame to an already crazy burning fire? And the answer is just if one baby is saved from this, if one mom chooses to keep her baby from it, then it's all worth it.
Dude, actually, like, I really do think this is like a mental illness. I'm serious. Like, if you are this like aggressively in favor of like, you know, making sure that like women have to carry pregnancies to term, like you do have like a severe, like conservatism really is a very unique like brain disease. It blows my mind. You're like, no, like you have to. I'm saving a baby. It's like, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? You like, your life is so comfy. It's so comfy that you chose to drop everything and make this your cause, dude. Like, go deal with the fucking cigarette thing. You know what I mean? You pointed to it. You pointed to the fucking heart disease. Go deal with that. What's wrong with you? You were like, nah, I'm gonna decide that like everybody else has to live by my rules. Okay, fuck you.
Documentary by no means is trying to illegalize abortion. After this documentary, you're still gonna have the choice.
Yeah.
You're still gonna have your choice. But I know that there's gonna be one mom watching, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 100, maybe 1,000. We have no idea the ripple effects.
But just for you guys to know all the resources out there, and also for us as a church, and just me and Cole even, just that how much more we need to be doing.
We want to go into this finding out what resources are available for women that you might not know about. Are there resources, you know, in your city? If not, is there something that the church should be doing, that you watching should be doing? Maybe you aren't pregnant. Maybe you aren't the one facing the question of whether I'm going to have an abortion or not, but you're thinking...
This weenie used to make those shirtless grind on me vines. Hit me with the sauce. Give me the juice right now. Sauce me up. Sauce me up. I need the slurp juice on this. Please, I want to fucking make multiple apes off of the slurp juice of this dude's old fucking Vine videos. Oh, fuck me. Oh my God, I need to see that so bad. Holy shit. 20, Cole LeBrant.
That thing, she gon' pop that. Holy shit. She said she love my lollipop. She wanna make it pop. She said she love my lollipop. She love my lollipop. She said
Can't stop looking at me, staring at me. Get up on my face.
Hey, loser!
Yeah!
Dude, he's got your ball.
Yeah!
Run. That kid's crazy! I'm gonna tell him.
Don't you dare.
Somebody's gotta tell him. Tyrone, you notice your baby! Father?
Oh! Oh, Jesus. Caught in 480p, dude. Caught in 1p, dude.
That baby don't look like me. That baby don't look like.
Don't drink this.
Dude, it took 44 seconds. This is an 18-minute video. 44 seconds in, he's just like horrifyingly racist. At least he didn't do blackface. I mean, he did everything but. An old Cole tweet. Let's see. Cole Brand, remember when you tweeted this about Victoria Beckham and David Beckham's daughter and the pictures and exploitation you post and do it to your children? Funny you be posting this on IG. I have a lot to say and so much my wife and I want to stand up and fight against regarding child sex trafficking. The 2 weeks in the NICU, it did a lot of research. Oh, God. He's like, is he like a QAnon guy? I may just wait 20 years for David Beckham's 3-year-old daughter because God knows she's going to be gorgeous. That's what? What a weird thing to say. I mean, what the fuck? Oh no, dude. Oh no. This guy is like he's the trifecta.
Okay, I won't.
Holy shit. Gas that off. Gas that off. Gas that off.
Run.
Damn, dude. We literally we just straight up didn't change at all. Oh my God, Vine is literally the same. You just had like fucking mid-ass, like quirked up white boys who were jacked for their own, era, exploiting black culture and also simultaneously being racist. Like it's literally the exact same shit. And for all the white folk in the chat that are watching, this is an opportunity for you to once again understand and remind yourself that like if you see like a lot of resentment or anger from black Twitter or black people on the internet, like just this is a part of daily existence. Okay? This is happening now. It's been happening in the past. It hasn't stopped happening. There's just different variations of it. So that's understandable why people are, upset and angry. You only realizing this now? TikTok been a carbon copy of Vine? I've never actually watched Vine, and I didn't really watch TikTok either.
With that big fat butt, fat butt. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hit it, Fergie.
All the time I turn around, brothers gather around, always looking at me up and down, looking at my.
What? I mean, this dude's been like exploiting kids since he was a kid, it seems like. You know what I mean?
Baby, won't you come my way? What does the fuck say?
Cole, can you take the trash out? Cole! Jack, can you get that?
Yeah. It feels good to be a gangster.
Imagination.
He wants to ban abortion so he doesn't run out of content. Yeah, I mean, he's literally doing like, my man has got fucking alpha brain, okay? He's behaving like a family that needs to fucking toil the land, okay? And some of the kids aren't making it, and our fucking child mortality rate is pretty fucking high in America. So he's basically trying to make sure that like the baby supply doesn't fucking run out, because babies are incredibly important for him because he can make content out of those babies.
Thinking, what more can I do? How can I better help? How can I better stand with these women and for these women? So we're going into this thinking, how can we help more? What more can we do? And I'm excited to find out.
Yeah. So what happens during an abortion?
In private practice, I performed just under 1,200 abortions.
This is why we can't make Italians doctors, okay? I mean, there you go. Motherfuckers out here looking like a villain in Doctor Strange villain, okay?
Including first and second trimester abortions up to 24 weeks of gestation.
So I feel like one of the most important questions that everybody asks is, when does life begin? And if we had a direct answer, then I feel like this wouldn't even be a conversation, because if we could all agree that life began at a certain point, then abortion should be allowed before that point and not allowed after. In your professional opinion, when would you say life begins?
It's such a simple question with such a complicated answer. A human egg is fertilized by a sperm, and that is a single cell organism that has a unique genetic makeup. That is the first. So at fertilization, you have a living cell that has that unique genetic pattern. So on that basis, human life begins at fertilization.
Yeah.
But a lot happens after that. It gets complicated, but I really do believe that a human life, that individual human being with that unique genetic signature starts at fertilization. People think of doctors as so smart. We're no different than anyone else. When you figure out...
By the way, that attitude, before he mentioned the complicated thing, like, isn't that, I mean, that's like cancer cells. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, I guess, like, pray the cancer away, but, like, technically you're, like, praying for an abortion. The fuck? It's so stupid. What a fucking idiotic take. Also, so many miscarriages happen in this process. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? There's no guarantee.
Here, not here, that killing a baby this big for money is wrong.
For money? Where's the money? Why do they keep acting like there's this fucking industry of, like, dead babies, dude? Fucking brain broken, dude. Killing a baby this big for money is wrong. Okay, well, it's fine. They're doing it for free, okay? I'll do it for free.
It doesn't take you too long to figure out it. It doesn't matter if the baby is this big or even this big.
That's not a baby. That's not a fucking baby, dude. If it's this big, it's nothing. What the fuck's wrong with you?
All the same.
I love what Dr. Levatino said, that whenever we start saying, like, at what size is it a human baby, it's like, well, what size is a human?
Gross. Literally fucking gross. Also, the funny thing about this is that they're literally fucking lying to you, or they're superimposing this. Like, they're like, that thing that they're zooming into, okay? That thing that they're fucking zooming into is not only non-viable, but also the size of, like, this, okay? They're, like, literally talking about something that's, like, fucking like a chicken nugget, okay? They can try to, like, recreate it and make it seem like it's actually a fucking real baby inside of you, but it's nothing at that point. Like, this is completely made up anyway. Bro, that's my NFT.
You know, whenever you realize that a baby this big, and this big is a baby, it doesn't matter if it's this big or this big. Mm-hmm. You know, like, if we're going based off of size, our baby...
What the fuck is that? What is this gross shit, dude? What? Bro, dude, abortion activists are so awesome, dude. They're such fucking freaks, dude. Yum. Kill it. Kill it. Kill whatever the fuck that thing is, okay? Kill it. I would kill that thing. Well, just kidding. You don't need to kill it because it's already fucking dead. Not a thing. Why don't conservatives count my sperm as life? My sperm be jiggling like a motherfucker. Oh, this is awesome, dude. If I saw this in my house, I'd burn the whole house. I don't understand. I mean, I guess, like, this confuses and, like, scares stupid people because, like, the entire purpose of this is that, like, the confirmation bias is insane. Yeah, exactly. But there are probably people at the edges who like, yeah, there's a lot of stupid people, guys. There's a lot of really stupid people, especially like a lot of people who like unironically watch family YouTubers are probably dumb as fuck, right? And not because they're like looking at these freaks from afar and being like, wow, what kind of child abuse are they going to do next? So basically, you know, those stupid people are going to watch this and go probably like, oh my God, I had no idea. Like, this is actually what it looks like. You know what I mean? I can totally see. I mean, this got 3.5 million views. I can totally see some people like literally believing this shit. Like, most people are not going to look at this and go, yeah, this is fucking insane and made up and gross.
Baby in the womb right now, she said, was like as, you know, the tip of my finger, but we saw little arms and legs on her ultrasound.
And the baby was moving around.
The baby was moving.
Her lips, and she's resting, just chilling with her arm up right there. Of course she is.
We're excited to sit down with Dr. Kathy Altman and hear her story on this topic. So I feel like a lot of people watching or listening might not know how abortions are performed, you know? I think you hear...
Oh, let me guess. They're going to fucking lie, too. They're going to talk about, like, the suction method and shit like that. Bro, listen. Before we get into this, let me just describe it, okay? 90% of abortions happen in the first trimester, and you go to Planned Parenthood, and you fucking take a pill, and you just basically have a heavy flow period, okay? If it doesn't take like that, then also there is a little bit of suction happening that like takes the fucking takes the miscarriage out basically, or like I guess the blood, but it's not like an actual fucking literal baby coming out of you. It's just blood. It looks like a heavy flow period. Okay? That's what the suction is sucking out. So no matter what they fucking say and make it seem like that's actually like a human being or whatever, it's a lie. I'm letting you know that is absolutely a fucking lie, okay?
Pro-choice, and it sounds right because it's like, oh, well, the mother should be able to decide whether to keep or not keep, but they don't understand what not keep means.
Well, most people don't realize it, but any OBGYN has to learn how to do abortions in their residency program. You can opt out because of conscience, but I didn't because I was really very pro-abortion.
So you're a murderer. Got it.
I had an abortion myself, and I didn't think any woman should have to bear a child she didn't want. In our training program, we learned how to do...
So you were normal. What happened? You get in a fucking traffic accident or something? Like, what broke your brain, lady?
Trimester abortions, but I was so gung-ho that I went outside of the program and got one of the local abortionists to show me how to do D&E abortions, which are also known as dismemberment abortions, where you literally take the baby apart piece by piece to remove it from the uterus.
Delicious.
In the first trimester, that involves putting some local anesthetic in the cervix, and after you have the opening large enough, you insert a little tube and you go around just like a little vacuum.
Bro, that in the first trimester, that's what the baby looks like? That's a baby in the first trimester? That's what's going on? Get the fuck out of here. They're saying the baby's moving. It's like a full-blown baby. They're so psychotic, dude.
Anesthetic.
Why are they such fucking lying pieces of shit? Oh my lord.
In the cervix, and after you have the opening,
like the baby's bigger than the tube. Yeah, as the chatter pointed out, the baby's like bigger than the fucking tube itself. Get the fuck out of here.
A little tube, and you go around just like a little vacuum cleaner and suck out the pregnancy.
Yeah, exactly. If your fucking fetus can get owned by a little suction tube, okay? If I can shove a fucking straw in your pussy and suck the fetus out, then, you know, it's gonna die, okay? Sorry, GG's. That's not a human being. That's weak as fuck, okay? Only the strong survive, baby. Let's go. Yeah, like boba tea. Suck it out like boba tea, okay? Get a big straw. Get one of those big ones.
and the baby is sort of torn apart as it's going through the hole because it's bigger.
Bro,
than
you
the
need an
hole.
alt Twitch
And then
account?
the
Yeah, this is like one of those issues where I need to be covering with my on my alt Twitch.
placenta goes through, and then you check to make sure there's nothing left, and that's the end.
Yeah.
And then for second trimester, it's a little bit more involved. Oftentimes you have
At this point, we're talking about, first of all, they lied about the first trimester with like they make it seem like it's like a full-blown, fully developed fucking baby that's like moving around and shit and has like viability outside of viability outside of the fucking fetus. Like, exactly. Thank you. This is what it actually fucking looks like, okay? That's not a child, motherfucker. That, like, you're psychotic. You're such a liar. That is a fucking freak, okay? That's a seahorse freak. You see that shit in the wild, you're burning it with a fire, okay? Let's be real. Forbidden dumpling? So the idea, okay. All jokes aside, let me just explain something to you, okay? Like, there's a reason why they're just lying and making it seem as though it's actually like a fucking human, you know what I mean? They want to make you feel something about this thing, okay? Like, even this kind of a hyper focus on it alone, I think is like unnecessary in this situation because it's just not a thing. Like, it's not real. It's a fetus. It's different. Okay? And ultimately, what is important in the circumstance is the autonomy of the carrier. If your shit's the size of a fucking gummy bear and deformed like this, that's not like, you know, no matter how much these motherfuckers lie, like, that's not the case, okay? It's just like, it's a cell.
To dilate the cervix ahead of time, because if you try to mechanically dilate the cervix, it can lead to damage to the cervix. Then you just reach in with a heavy-duty clamp.
Here, yeah, exactly. Week 8, baby nose is forming. Week 9, baby's toes are appearing by the 9th week of pregnancy, 7th week after conception. Your baby's arms and elbows appear. Toes are visible in the eyelids and forms. By the end of this week, your baby might be a little less than 3/4 of an inch. The diameter of a U.S. penny, chat. Okay? It's literally the size of a penny. Okay? So when they make it seem like your baby's in there fucking wiggling and shit, that's not real, all right? It's just like a fucking made-up thing. That's why you can literally fucking suck it out with a tube, okay? And it comes out like a fucking heavy flow period. There's no like little baby that you can actually like see or anything like that. Okay? Remember that. Oh God, if you got to carry a little tumor alien, they should have the choice to turn it into goop. Oh, and yeah, for the record, like they look exactly the same at the fetus level. There you go. How do you counter the argument that regardless of the trimester, in the end, it's still a human? It's still a Kyle or Cindy, regardless of when you abort? Wait, what? No, it's not. It quite literally is not. This is not a guarantee to turn into this, or a human being for that matter. Okay? There's no guarantee that it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This, turning into this, is the consent of the carrier. Okay, that's it. That's the only way this turns into this. That's it. That's it. Without consent of the carrier, this is never going to turn into this. Because the carrier can literally fucking end it, okay? Can terminate it. That's why people say there's no such thing as eliminating abortions, only eliminating safe abortions, okay? 10 to 20% of pregnancies are spontaneously aborted, aka miscarried, before 20 weeks. Do you understand the reason why that doctor became anti-abortion? Altman says 3 encounters she had with abortion patients on her last day performing the procedure remain seared in her memory. The first patient was young. Altman recognized her because she had already performed 3 abortions on her. I went to the administration and I said, I don't want to do this abortion. I've already personally done 3 on her. And they said, well, that's not up to you. It's her right and you can't discriminate against her. And I looked at them and I said, yeah, well, that's fine for you, but you're not the one doing the killing. Altman performed the abortion that day, but it was the first time Altman had associated abortion with the word killing, and she took note of it. A second patient came in for an abortion, and she brought a friend for support. After the abortion, the friend asked the patient if she would like to see the aborted baby, and she said, no, I just want to kill it. Altman recalled, and it just struck me, you know, how could she be so hostile and angry towards this little baby? Okay, this is a fucking insane story. Why would you want to see? What? I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Who the fuck would be like, if someone was like, hey, do you want to see it? You'd be like, no. No, I don't, you fucking psycho. Why would I? What the fuck is wrong with you? Get away from me. What are you going to do? Eat it? Are you going to slurp it, dude? Like a slurp juice turning fucking apes into 3 apes if you use the slurp juice? What the fuck? And she said, no, I just want to kill it. Altman recalled. A third patient came in for an abortion. She already had 4 children, but she and her husband decided they couldn't afford another child. Altman remembers the patient cried during the entire abortion. That was the final straw for Altman, the last abortion she would perform. This is a terrible origin story, dude. You could have fucking, if you're going to make something up, you could have made up a much better origin story than this. So yeah, as we were saying, literally the size of a penny, by the way. She's talking about a fucking, like the size of a penny.
Grab whatever you can grab, an arm or a leg usually, and as you're pulling it through the cervix, the body's too big, so it's not going to come. And so with enough traction and twisting, the arm or the leg comes off.
By the way, just one thing that I want to describe to you, aside from this like fake ass cartoon, one thing I want to describe to you is this, okay? Every single medical procedure is this disgusting, okay? Have you ever seen, I'm a freak. I'm a psycho, so I follow an Instagram called, like, I think it's like Med School Posts or something, and they regularly show you what happens to people when they're in a car accident, or they regularly show you surgeries. It's nasty as fuck, okay? You can describe literally every medical surgery this way. Are you going to turn around and advocate to, like, not have a fucking bypass, you know? Let me describe it to you. Do you know how a fucking heart surgery, do you know how open heart surgery works? They break your fucking ribs, dog. They break your ribs with a fucking mallet, okay? They use a fucking saw to like cut your fucking chest open, okay? And then they pick it apart like this. They pick it apart like this and they open you up, okay? And then they fucking take your heart out. That's disgusting, but no one is advocating to stop that from happening, okay? Because that would be fucking insane. That would be insane. You can describe it in the exact same way, though, and gross people out and scare them, but it doesn't change the reality that it is a medical procedure. You are describing a medical procedure, okay? There you go. Depends on who you ask, because Jehovah's Witnesses do not believe in surgery or medical intervention. They're literally against it. If you die, you die. It's up to God in their eyes. Yeah, it's fucking insane. Anyway.
And you do that until you've got everything you can. And then you have to reach up and try to crush the bigger parts. So like the chest, and eventually.
Just asking, isn't the first trimester 3 months? She was asking about first trimester abortion methods, but what's worse is that 24 weeks is a 6 month. That's literally a baby. No, it's not. It still doesn't have fucking viability outside of the fetus. I mean, I guess that like at certain points it can, but ultimately it doesn't matter because second trimester abortions are oftentimes happening as a consequence of people not having fucking access. It's still incredibly rare, and it's not happening as a consequence of like someone being like, oh, I want to have. I've decided, like, yeah, I fucking wanted to, like, actually feel something kick inside of me and then feel murder inside of me. No, they're doing it because, again, they didn't know they were fucking pregnant. Someone said, I have no health insurance. I'm basically a Jehovah's Witness. I'm sorry.
Eventually the head, and then you just bring them out in pieces. You can tell when you've crush the head because the white brains leak out.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Shut up.
We need abortion to save women's lives. Hear it all the time. For 9 years, I worked at a medical center where it's what's called a tertiary referral center. It's a hospital that is equipped with the doctors and the equipment to take care of high-risk pregnancies. We don't do this in every hospital because it's too expensive. So
for the record, viability outside of the womb is not a decent enough fucking metric for when someone should be able to get an abortion, because if that was the case, in the future, we're probably going to be able to fucking literally have pregnancies outside of the fucking body. Okay, so does that mean that like life actually begins at conception? Life actually begins the moment a fucking sperm is able to fertilize an egg? No, obviously not, because that is completely irrelevant to the main conversation of someone who already has the fucking thing inside of them and wants to abort it, okay? And obviously, the greatest example of this always is you never look at like in vitro fertilization, right? In vitro fertilization is a process in which like you're basically fertilizing an egg outside of the body, right? For numerous to avoid numerous complications, like some carriers can't do that. And in that process, you are literally trying and failing and having millions and millions of murders, baby murders. In vitro fertilization is a process in which like you're trying maybe even 1,000 times, and that means like there's 1,000 fertilized eggs that don't turn into a fucking a baby, right? But you would never look at that and go, that's murder. That's like a baby murder happening, right?
we have centers where this occurs all through the country. And where I worked was a tertiary referral center. And for 9 years, as a pro-life obstetrician gynecologist, I worked in a medical center like this. I saw it all. I mean, severe heart disease, cancers, out-of-control diabetes, preeclampsia. I mean, these are dangerous pregnancies. Pregnancy can be very dangerous. But there's a point to be made about this.
Yeah, especially in America, dog. So what's up? We should just like murder moms. Fuck it. Dude, honestly, yeah. Here, my new bill. I'm a Republican legislator. My new bill is if you're a woman and you got pregnant, we're just gonna murder you. Sorry. Like, we're just accelerating the process. We don't really give a fuck. We're just doing it for cruelty anyway. You know what I mean? That's like that's the ultimate goal. Pregnancy out of wedlock, murder. Pregnancy out of wedlock, dude. I'm cutting out the middle, man. That's my goal is literally the fucking, punish and harm women. So
we need abortion to save women's.
My friend consumed his twin in the womb. He should be charged with homicide. Yeah. Great example. What happens in that situation? What happens in that situation? Is that a homicide? Wow, the baby came out a murderer before it even fucking turned into a baby. Fucked up.
Lives, really. The vast majority of times that a pregnancy becomes dangerous to a woman with many of these conditions. There are a few cases early in pregnancy, we can talk about those. But the vast, vast, vast number of these cases occur after 22 weeks when the baby's viable. I have as a pro-life obstetrician gynecologist and almost 10 years of experience in a tertiary medical center, I have terminated, i.e. ended, hundreds of pregnancies to save women's lives. How many babies did I have to deliberately kill in the process? None, not even one. It's called delivery. When the lady comes in, for instance, with that preeclampsia patient, 27 weeks pregnant, real case, her blood pressure is 220 over 160. And we've got to get her delivered now because the only way to cure preeclampsia is to end the pregnancy. We're going to deliver this baby by cesarean section because it would be fast. I can do that within an hour. And we're going to take care of the both of them, and we're going to just have to leave it in God's hands. And we did exactly that. We stabilized her, delivered her, and she and the baby ultimately did great.
So I had no idea. I had no idea that's what went on. First trimester, second trimester, third trimester. And I feel like it's so necessary for people to know.
Yeah.
Because I think that if this is what's going to happen, the media and news outlets and people can just downplay it.
Yeah. And even with like the little bit that I did.
I don't understand what, like, why does that guy not go to jail? Did I miss something? Did I misunderstand something? Like, can you put on the Vine again? I hate seeing this guy with his t-shirt. That's how he gets you, dummy. You saw him shirtless, so now you're more inclined to believe him, though. Okay? Anti-choice motherfuckers are going to start saying that every death is an abortion because it's after-birth abortion, and therefore abortion is the only cause of death. Bro, they need to stop having children. How many kids do they have? They have like 12 children, bro. Stop it. Like, literally stop it. It's fucking, you need to be stopped at a certain point. Someone needs to be like, no, you're not. We're forcibly aborting your fucking children. You're the next child that you want to have. We're aborting you, okay? Seriously.
No, just hearing
She's
it
pregnant
from
right now? Bro, okay, dude. Okay, that's... Dude, holy shit, dude. What the fuck? This is just her thing. Like, she just like straight up was like, I had one when I was 19 and I was like, I can't stop. It's like Pringles, dude. Once you pop, you cannot fucking stop, dude. It's over. Like, that's her kink, which is disgusting, gross. Why are you subjecting us to your fucking nasty little cishet kink of wanting to fucking breed like a goddamn cow, dude? Holy fuck.
And hearing his stories and just the details of it was such a different experience, just hearing him say that, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it opens up your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are like, oh man, people that get abortions are getting them like fucking, you know, they're popping 3 at a time or whatever. It's like, no, how about this, dude? This is way weirder than that. This shit's way weirder, bro. You're having like 9 kids, dude. It's not like the fucking dark ages. You don't need to use their little fingers to toil the land. They're not dying of fucking dysentery and shit or smallpox. What the fuck's wrong with you? Why are you trying to have 9 children, you fucking cow? What is wrong with you, dude? Stop it. I mean, actually stop it, please. That's very suspicious.
You know, like you hear the word abortion and I feel like it's become so normalized, and I'm glad that
Bro, there is no fucking... Yo, I just realized there is no fucking shortage of baby formula. This fucking family bought it all, dude. Okay? Someone needs to investigate the LeBrant family, okay? They have all the baby formula. What are they hiding? What are they hiding? People always used to talk about like China's one-child policy and how they would like bury the fucking female, you know, babies and shit like alive or whatever, which I never really understood. Like, why they should just like aborted them, right? It's like, no, they should do that. The LeBrant family should follow the one-child policy going forward. Okay, just them.
have conversations about it, but like, where's the truth at?
Yeah.
Well, the truth is, here's someone who's performed 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
You know, instead of someone telling you, you know, what they think it is, or like you hear all these different, I don't want to say lies, but you just hear all these different variations of what an abortion is. Well, let's just go to the source.
Yeah.
You know, and like you go to the source, and it's like, okay, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a crazy thought. I would not be here today if my grandma did not choose life for my mom. As a matter of
Oh, dude, why are you giving us a fantasy to work off of? This is like making me more pro-abortion than I was originally. Like, that's fire. Let me just say something, okay? When my father was going to the London School of Economics to get a fucking PhD in the fake science of economics, okay? My mother was pregnant with me and went to the Oibrov doctor, okay? There is like, I guess like a family, like general practitioner in like every neighborhood. And their local GP, okay, was like, this baby is not going to make it. You need to abort it. That's what they said, okay? That's me. And then my mom was like, nah, we're going to keep it. We're going to fuck it, YOLO. We're going to fucking pop this out, okay? I don't give a fuck. And let me tell you something. If they had it, and I would have been aborted, okay? Who gives a fuck? I would not have been alive. I don't give a shit. I have no way of like comprehending what that would look like. Who cares? Who fucking cares? You know what I mean? What the fuck? What's wrong with this guy? No skin off my bones, motherfucker. I would not be a thing, okay?
Fact, her story is wild. I sat down with her to talk about it. You're about to hear it, but her story is so beautiful because it shows the generational impact of choosing, yes, I'm going to keep this baby.
Well, when my mother was around 18 years old, she found herself pregnant and with no family except a brother that would take her in and take care of her. And she delivered me and kept me for 4 months and really wanted to keep me. But times were very hard in 52, and she was a waitress and I was sick and trying to afford to take care of me and take me to the doctor. There wasn't a lot of help back then for any kind of supplements or anything, so she chose to give me up. But first good choice was she chose to let me live. And so I was
okay, it's so boring. I don't care about this part.
If my grandma did not decide to keep my mom, not only would I not be here, but my kids wouldn't be here.
Why is this motherfucker making more pro-abortion arguments throughout this entire process? Is it just like, I mean, he's literally like, you know, fire. Okay, cool. I thought this was an anti-abortion documentary, not a pro-abortion documentary. Sick.
And one day, my kids' kids, and my kids' kids' kids, and so on. Saying yes to keeping your baby affects so much more than you could ever imagine. It's so important to rally around these women in a time where they feel so vulnerable. In my granny's case, it was her dad who was able to chase off these men. And I'm thankful for my great-granddad, who I never even got to meet, because if he didn't chase them off, I wouldn't be here. So there's so many little pieces that we just...
Wait, what? There was like someone who's like forcibly trying to make your grandmother abort? Time travelers, it's me. In 2030, I've invented time travel, and I'm going back to try to abort him by stopping his grandma from having... by stopping his grandma from having his mom. It's me, dude. It's me in chat. We went back in time and we failed, okay? Oh, that's awesome.
Just need to rally around these women to remind them, even if it's just one person saying, hey, you can do this. Hey, I'm here with you. It's gonna be okay. We found a ministry called Embrace Grace, and this is exactly what they do every single day. Amy Ford, the founder, is determined to help scared pregnant women be brave.
In the church, the abortion rate is exactly the same inside the church as it is outside the church. There's no difference. So these women are sitting...
Dude, the worst... What's going on, dude? I hate that the fucking Christian movement is like... They've decided that at the top of the hour there isn't a 60-second ad break, and I'm here to tell you that there actually is, even though it's 15 minutes in and I totally forgot to run it, so I'm going to run it right now. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime, right? Or get gifted a sub. You know, that's one other way. That's one other method that you can avoid those ads, right? Here's the 1 minute ad break now. But why is the Christian movement like trying to fucking make themselves look hip, dude? You're still saying weird ass shit. Like, you can wear like a cool hat or whatever, but like you're still literally like, I don't think women should be able to get an abortion if they want to. Which is fucking crazy.
in our pews and scared, don't really know what to do. And even with my own story, I went to church every single week. I did it not cross my mind that I'm pregnant, I'm scared, I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll go to the church and
Thank
ask
you,
for
Ella Tedian,
wisdom,
for the 5 get this up.
guidance, prayer, support, something like it's the last place you want to go to. So we started Embrace Grace as a pro-love movement where we want the church to be one of the first places a girl runs to.
These guys are such twisted little fucking freaks too. Like they're trying to put like a positive spin on what their ultimate goal is, and their ultimate agenda is literally to deny like fucking 14-year-olds from being able to get this like medical procedure that's available everywhere else. So you can fucking spin this all day, every day, and talk about like, I'm doing this because of love. It's like, no, you don't have any fucking care or consideration for your fellow human being, you disgusting, twisted little freak. You can wear all the boho hats on the fucking planet. You can like, you know, film this shit in front of your beautifully crafted, live, laugh, love ass looking home. Okay. But ultimately, your goal is disgusting. Okay. Your goal is to treat women like the fucking cow sitting across from you, because every woman needs to be that way. Okay. You have the choice to literally fucking go out the pasture and pop babies out like nonstop, okay? You're a fucking incubator, okay? Fine. You are half cow, half woman. That's okay. That's your sick fucking twisted little breeder choice. But let other people that do not want to carry pregnancy to term to stop that with a medical procedure. It doesn't matter how you spin it. It doesn't matter if you turn around and you go, oh my God, like this is actually about love. This is about love. Look at all the little babies that, you know, are around right now. Every single baby that wasn't aborted is a person that you know and love. It's like, yeah, okay. Well, there's plenty of fucking people that are awful, disgusting little freaks too. Okay? You're scaring me today. It just like pisses me off so much how nefarious they are. And they're putting like a positive spin on something that is otherwise insane, okay?
Instead of the last because of shame and guilt. We want the church to be like an oasis and a sanctuary for these women, that if they're scared and they don't really know what to do, then we want the church to be a safe place for them. And then also, you know, if they end up choosing abortion, we don't want them to, but if they do, we believe the church should be a safe place for them too, to go to as well, for healing and for healing support groups. But we started Embrace Grace, and it's for women with unexpected pregnancies to find hope, community, support. They meet other girls going through the same thing that they are. There are support groups all over the nation, so any church can just press play and have this digital amazing curriculum. And then pregnancy centers, or even just word of mouth, they send these.
Bro, this is terrifying, dude. If they are pro-life, then by default they have to accept every leftist goal: universal access, universal healthcare, less war, social housing, free preschool, and paid family leave, since those things help preserve life. I mean, these people might actually be in favor of that. I don't know. I don't think they're super like ideologically invested in like being fucking Trump-loving conservatives or anything. I think it's just like fucked up in the head about abortion. That's it. They might not be. This is literally liberalizing conservatism. Yesterday's convo was spot on. Oh yeah, no, this is. It's bodies and spaces. They're like, can we do standpoint theory on the fucking standpoint of a fetus? Can you not do bodies and spaces right now as someone who is already alive when we're having a conversation of the unborn? Like that's basically what they're fucking doing. Too much college, as Felix puts it. Right.
Girls that are struggling with an unexpected pregnancy, and then they're not alone anymore. They feel heard, they feel loved, and they meet other girls going through the same thing that they are. They might all have super unique stories, but they all come together with this common bond of not expecting to be in the situation that they're in right now.
After a conversation with Amy, we were just so encouraged and blown away by all the resources available. In fact, you can actually click the link in the top of our description box down below, type in your zip code, and just get involved right away.
So what if you're pursuing your dreams, your career, you're going to school, and then an unexpected pregnancy happens? What do you do?
So we actually got to sit down with Shanice, who was faced with those exact same circumstances. And this is what she did.
I didn't really grow up in the church. I started having a relationship with God probably like 14, 15, but it became real for me. And then I ended up moving to, Texas about 8 years ago. And so while I was here, I started to feel like lonely in a lonely season. There was a lot of things that happened since I had moved to Texas. At one point I was in a homeless shelter for a few months. You know, I just started showing out, talking to all the guys, you know. One of my friends, she was in college, I was coming back from her thing that she had going on. And I just felt so sick. I'm the type of person that, like, I'm not gonna wait it out. I need to know what's going on right then and there. So I went to the emergency room. I remember the doctor just came on out like it was just normal. He was like, oh, you're sick because you're pregnant. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And so I remember just, you know, crying. I don't even remember not crying. I just cried the whole time I was there. And then, you know, I just sat in the car, just literally sat in the car in tears. And
oh, this is so boring, dude. I don't care. Give me some good shit. Like, I cried when I had a baby, and then I didn't have the baby, and it was so terrible.
Just to relax and feel that really
absolutely such incredible. And your dreams too. She's pursuing this.
Bro, this is literally more boring than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like freak shit. You know what I mean? I am very underwhelmed at the lack of freak shit in here. It's just like, my anecdotes. Like, dude, it's wonderful. I'm happy that you like chose to have a baby. Okay, you're one cold motherfucker, man. LaMafael, respect. Well, I mean, I just don't care. Like, people make decisions all day, every day. Okay, you don't fucking see everybody crying about, like, you know, taking a left turn instead of a right. That's the difference here. Okay, you understand that, right? Like, you make tiny fucking differences or tiny choices every day, and you have no fucking way of comprehending exactly. You have no way of comprehending exactly how that's going to turn out. I don't care about, like, being like, oh, I'm pregnant, and then I decided not to have it. Blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, sick, dude. Sick. Like, you should be able to have that choice. If you want to carry a pregnancy to term, that's awesome. Okay, more power to you. The only time I'm going to say you're a fucking weirdo is after the 9th child for your YouTube clicks, okay? At that point, I'm going to be like, stop it. Fucking sew that shit up. What the fuck's wrong with you? Holy fuck. Okay, have you heard of a fucking condom? You freak. Have you heard? Okay, you don't like having sex with condoms? Fine. Neither do I. I don't know. Get your shit tied, okay? Get your tubes tied. Get your fucking, take birth control. Something, okay? Something. Sew it up. Sew something up, because holy fuck, you can't control yourself. So that is, like, that is the only time I'll ever fucking, say something about it. Other than that, like, who cares? Famous journal killed by the IDF, but we're supposed to worry about penny salamanders? I covered it yesterday for hours, dude.
This bomb mom's career, and we just wanted to invest into that and sow into her because she's doing it right now.
Yeah.
Sick. They found, like,
you know, just like I thought I would help me. I went there and I started going to church and embrace grace, and I never met these women. Never. You know, they weren't high school friends of mine. They were just people that were there, and I went there, and about you bringing in a beat, because it's looking at possibility. Because
okay, this is super boring. Come on, get to the good stuff. Get to the good stuff. Well, oh god, look at how ugly this shit is. What does it say? Restore haymaker. Doctors will not do a tubal ligation if you are young. Seriously, it's almost impossible to have done it. Giving the black person fucking racist? Yeah, Keemstar was right. What is this live, laugh, love ass shit in the background? Restoter, Waymaker, Liked Blissful, Truth Teller.
If you need help, or just somebody to talk to, keep in mind that pregnancy centers are located all throughout the country. These facilities...
Yeah, dude, you know what else is located all throughout the country? Fucking abortion clinics, okay? Suck my dick, you fucking freaks. Yeah, hey guys, if you're interested in having an abortion, go to a fucking place where they just lie to you instead. Like, they legally lie to you. And try to actively discourage you and convince you to not having you know, to not having an abortion and carrying the pregnancy to term instead. Of course, will they help you after you carry the pregnancy to term? Fuck no, you fucking idiot. The baby's on his own. I'll kick the baby directly in the head. I'm a conservative, dude. Fucking kidding me? Make sure that fucking goddamn baby knows how to work in the fucking coal mines, all right? I don't give a fuck. Will you get any sort of fucking financial help in the government? Fuck no, you fucking poor bitch. Get fucked, eat shit, and die. You understand me? I don't give a fuck. You think your baby is gonna get access to public education that's like affordable, that's appropriate? Absolutely not. If you're born in a fucking poor neighborhood, your broke ass is not gonna get any kind of fucking education. Okay? Fuck you. And you're gonna take time off work, and now you're fucked up. Okay? Now you got even less money, dumbass. I'm a conservative. That's just my you know, worldview. Sorry. It's your fault.
Facilities are completely free and are filled with people that are...
If they would that change your opinion on abortion? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Of course it wouldn't. But at least they would be like a little bit more consistent. And also, if they did care about that, because there are a lot of fucking pro-life, like, you know, there are Christian socialists, for example, right? There are pro-life people that are in the socialist movement, as a matter of fact. Do you think they're fucking hyper-focusing on making sure that every woman everywhere is carrying every pregnancy to term? No, because they're actually fucking pro-life, okay? So when you're actually pro-life, you're not working every goddamn day tirelessly to deny, like, actual fucking medical, a medical function, like a important part of, like, comprehensive healthcare for women, in women's reproductive health, and instead actually hyper-focusing on the other shit, like, I don't know, making it easier for single parents to be able to have children, making it easier for people to have children in general. It's so stupid. Anyone who, like, legitimately cares about pro-life is actually going to focus on the existing life, because, again, it's conflicting values. You understand? Because if you're pro-life, then the woman who is already alive still takes precedent over and is still more important than the fucking fetus that has no guarantee is going to be carried into a full-blown pregnancy to term and become a baby. If you're pro-life, actually, then you care more about the woman in that circumstance, the carrier in that circumstance. But most pro-life people are not actually fucking pro-life. They're just weird freaks who think women are just baby incubators and should be punished if they fuck out of marriage.
They're dedicated and ready to help you figure out your next steps. From an ultrasound all the way to the diapers or food your baby might need.
Oh God, it's always one speed. Okay, I can't do this. I'm done. This was so fucking awful, dude. I can't finish this. Let's watch Evangelicals in America. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, they mean communists, okay? That's who they're talking about. Or they mean, like, you know, socialist communists, the pedophilic vampires, whatever the flavor of the month is, okay? I work with a Christian who said he hated the atheists as they didn't have a God telling them not to. Yeah, those gosh darn atheist Muslim Jews. Also went to the chat, bring up Pat Tillman. Yeah, like, dude being atheist is the thing that pissed certain people off, not him wanting to speak out against the war. Yeah, no, he got fucking murdered by other military members because he was an atheist. That's why he was killed. Yeah. Even Noam Chomsky and their correspondents were like, whoa, don't say you're an atheist, friend. That's a little too far. Let's calm down, okay? What is this? Can you look at this clip and tell me atheists are safe in this country? This is my reality we face every day. This is my 9/11.
You're an atheist. Give me a fucking break, Michael. All right, you know what? We need to start going to church every week.
Stop.
I don't believe in God.
Bullshit. You got yourself confirmed, and you said to the bishop.
Yeah, but a lot can happen. You can think.
Oh, a lot can happen. All of a sudden, you can just quit believing in God?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there is no God.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you. You want to know there's no God? Then you're going to get absolutely nothing. Nothing for Christmas, because that's what Christmas is about. Is Jesus.
What the fuck? Okay, look, this is abusive, and they're fucking hogs. But I suspect that, you know, that I'm sure that.
Christ.
Okay.
No, it's not okay, Michael. It is not okay.
Dude, white children go crazy with their parents. It's wild. White children could just like yell back at their parents and stuff. It's pretty. It's a pretty wild thing to just watch. And I know that like chatters are acting like that's a traumatic fucking thing that just happened. It's like, wow, you're laughing at like a child being abused by their parents. It's true. Also wild that that kid literally said, okay, in that tone to their fucking parent. Okay. Within striking distance of the dad as well. Like he had reach. I saw that. Look at this reach. And he's behind him. So that is the fucking difference that a lot of you that come in here and say like being an atheist is like the fucking worst oppression or the worst struggle that anyone's ever experienced or whatever the fuck don't understand. Look at it. Look.
Nothing for Christmas, because that's what Christmas is about, is Jesus Christ.
Okay.
That's crazy. That look at him.
No, it's not okay, Mike.
That's crazy. He didn't even react. That's wild. Okay. If someone treats you like shit, you have the right to stand up for yourself, regardless of them being blood related. I'm just saying, he's in ear grabbing distance. He's in smack in the back of the head distance. That's a crit. Yeah, as some of the chatters said, that's a critical hit. The fact that you are in critical hit distance and you can yell like that, wild. Maybe the dad is atheist too. Anyway. He's not getting anything for Christmas and you're laughing. I mean, look, this is abusive. A lot of parents are fucking dog shit, okay? And you know, if we're going to be super serious about this, yes, that mother is being fucking annoying. You have to realize that some people are like, you're in that situation and it's an unfortunate situation specifically because your parents suck and that sucks. And you know, it's awful, right? Not because you're an atheist. Like, they would suck regardless, even if you were a Christian. The mother called the God Squad to execute the child, and now is a late-term abortion. My dad broke my back Bane style for upvoting an I fucking love science post on Reddit. Stop. They wear shoes indoors so you know they were armed. Oh my God, that's great. Anyway. I'm going to hit the last ad break here, okay? Separation of church and presence. I'm tired as fuck because, you know, I woke up early and I did the podcast. So I'm going to hit that last 3-minute ad break here. What do you mean TikTok? I'm officially why TikTok? I am officially verified on TikTok, so that's chill. We did that. Here, I'll post that real quick. I'll post my TikTok on Instagram and flex my verified badge. But this was a really fun stream, and more importantly, we got so much fucking content for tomorrow And I'm really excited about that. I did that same thing once again where I thought that I was going to cover something and I didn't. And now we got like hella fucking content. And that's really exciting. The Night of the Creation Museum, Racist Kids on the Jerry Springer Show, and also tricking my way into New York City billionaires' penthouses and stuff. So that's another good one that we will be watching tomorrow. There's a lot of fucking fun. A lot of fun stuff. I might have Dave one come over again. Dave Maklovich. Okay. David Maklovich. Where is the new Hasan is streaming by Faye? Like the latest one. I'm trying to find it. So I can play it, but I can't find it. Oh, dude, I found it. Anyway, love you guys. Even the atheists, you're going to hell, but hey, listen, it's all good, you know? I'll see you there. And atheists, listen, once again, I know you are the most oppressed minority in America, but remember that you have a safe space here, unless you do some cringe Reddit atheism debate lord shit, in which case I will yell at you and make fun of you a lot, for the record. Okay? Call oppressed more than atheist? Anyway. Love you guys. Peace.
Hasan is streaming. There he is again. Hasan is streaming. Hasan is streaming. Reviewing the P.O. box. Uncle Uger's face. Sudden discord as your prop grenades take on race. Tiny Bernie Sanders, LGBTQ Air Force. The whole left at your fingertips, only at your door. H3 crowded up at the Young Turks Island show. 3-4 fucking years of this and plenty more to go. 90-day fiance talks of champagne bourgeoisie. Trump rally live reaction, a mass riot at DC. There he is again, Hasan is streaming. Hasan is streaming. There he is again. Hasan is streaming. Hasan is streaming.